As well as you can follow me, turn on that bell, share it to your friends. Share it to your like super right wing, left leaning grandmother, and have her watch my live. Share it to your friends. Tell them that Tashika is live again today, you guys. And yeah, give it a second. We're gonna let some more people file in here. In the meantime, guys, keep double tapping that screen. But hey, Cherry, what's up? Thank you for the gifts, Alex, and thank you so much. Is it cup of tea? Thank you. I have no idea what that is, but I hope you're doing all right. Thank you for the $1.11, Zidane. But yeah. Hopefully it sends out. I don't know why it's not. It's a little bit weird. I might have to, I don't know. I don't know if I have to restart, but it's like super capping my live, and I'll be damned just talking to followers. Like even right now, it's not sending out at all, chat. My live is not sending out at all. So yeah. Did you just call me Aunt Jemima? That's just straight up racism. That was just straight up racism. Yeah. We're gonna be waiting for some more people to oh lol. We're gonna be waiting for some more people to file in here, yeah, before we get the live a start. Yeah, that was really weird, you know? But yeah, you guys, if you think that abortion should be banned, go ahead and hop into the guest request. Hopefully it sent out to the FYP. Something is wrong with my account. My agency did say that there was possibly an issue. So we're gonna have to figure out what the fuck that is. But let's get some debate started, y'all, in the meantime. Remember, guys, this is a debate live. This is not just for you to come up and say whatever the fuck you want and I have to address it. So if you're not going to do that, get the fuck out of my guest request. Thank you. Hi, how old are you?
26.
Okay, so are you pro-life?
No.
Okay, I'm just looking for people who are pro-life.
Oh, okay.
Let's go on to the next person, you guys. Give it a second. We'll get some more debates in. Remember, guys, we are just looking for people who are pro-life. I literally just said that. Hi, how old are you?
Tashika.
Oh, no. How old are you?
Oh, hey, I'm 22. How you doing today?
I'm fine. Are you pro-life?
Pro-life, a little bit. I just wanted to say, more importantly, is I think that you should get excited because RFK is now going to control the food. Maybe you might be able to shed some pounds. That's all. Peace.
No, I'm not going to do that, though. Let's go on to the next person, y'all. I don't know what the fuck that was about. Also, I don't know why they keep doing that. RFK has worms in his brain. Worms. Hi, because the reason I'm this weight is not because I eat bad. It's because I have health conditions. Hi, how old are you?
18. And yeah,
Are you pro-life?
Yeah.
Okay, why is that?
Just because I feel like abortion is wrong.
The question is why. No fucking shit. If you're pro-life, then you obviously feel like it's wrong. You don't need to spell that out for me.
Because it's against my religion.
You're not going to be able to prove that that's real.
All right, but anyways, basically,
okay.
We came up here to have a debate. So, abortion, right? So
your audio is really bad.
Hold on, let me just
take your headphones out.
1 second. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah. So why are you pro-life?
Because I said it was against my religion.
You're not going to be able to prove that's real.
But that's what I said. That was.
If you'll never be able to debate your religion because you're not going to be able to prove that it's real.
But it is.
All right, let's go on to the next person.
Look at all the prophecies that
There's never been a single prophecy that's been like fucking no. I'm not going to talk to you people as if that shit is real. It's not real. Hi, how old are you?
38.
Okay, so are you pro-life?
I'm back and forth, but I just wanted to say that I love that you have nothing else to talk about since Kamala lost. I love it.
You do realize I've been debating before Kamala, right?
Oh, I know, but you were so sure she was.
Let's go on to the next person. Y'all give it a second. Either way, Katie, you're still gonna be poor. Hi, how old are you?
I'm 27.
Okay, are you pro-life?
No.
Okay, let's go on to the next person, y'all. Actually, mods, if anyone comes up here and they can't read, obviously I wouldn't want that person part of my community. Fucking block them. Hi, how old are you?
18. I'm pro-life.
Okay, why is that?
I think that abortion is murder
What is the definition of murder? How is abortion murder?
because there's a person inside of you and you're
What is
killing
a person?
a person, a
You
human.
can, a word is not itself. You need to use other words to
Because
be able to
a
define
person
it.
is a living thing. So when that
Your
when
cell is
that
so if I plucked a cell from your arm, that's a person.
no,
Okay, then so it's not a living thing. So what is a person?
because if you plug a cell from my arm, that cell won't eventually be a human, a living being.
Okay, so hey genius, not all living things are human.
This thing
Did you know
is
that?
this is a developing
Did you
human,
know that?
and when it comes out of the womb,
Did you
it
know
will
that
be,
not all living things are human?
obviously.
Okay, then. So that's what
But
I'm talking about.
why do you think abortion is
Stop
important?
talking. Can you stop talking? So we can actually continue a conversation. So when you say that it's a living thing, right? Obviously that's not going to be the principles of which you're going off of. Because you don't think that you're a mass unaliver. You don't think that you're a mass unaliver. You don't think you're worse than Shitler, because when you wash your face every morning, and I hope you do, you kill more cells. And if you don't think that those cells are living if you do know that those cells are like living beings, then you would call yourself a murderer, but you wouldn't do that, would you?
No, because the
Okay,
cells that I wash off my
then,
face.
genius. All right, then. So why is it wrong? Okay, then why is getting an abortion wrong if a bunch of cells is not a person and you're not a murderer for killing them?
Well, because the cells that I wash off my face aren't gonna be humans in a couple months.
The cells you wash off your face are human.
No, they're not gonna be a human in a couple months.
They already are human.
No,
The
they're a
cells
part
you
of
wash
me.
off your face are not. Okay, so are
They're a
you a
part of
human?
me.
Are you a human?
Yes. Yeah.
Are the
So you're
cells that
saying-
make
so
up
you're
your
saying-
hey genius? Are the cells that make up your body also human?
Together they make up a human.
So
but they're not.
so there's no such thing as a single human cell.
So you're by your logic, my arm is a human.
It is a human arm.
Exactly, but it's not a human itself.
I didn't say that it was. I said it's a human arm.
You said the cells that I wash off my face are all humans. That's what you
I
just
didn't.
said.
No, I didn't. I said that they're all human cells.
Yeah, they're human cells. Not gonna be-
Exactly.
but they're not going to be a human in a couple of months, like the baby inside of your womb.
Right. So why does that matter?
Because you're killing a human in the making.
It's clearly, but it's not a human though. At the moment that you're talking about, it's not a human. Like if I took stems, like is it wrong for me to kill stem cells?
No,
Why not? Do you know what a stem cell is?
think so.
What is a stem cell?
It's the blood.
No. So a stem cell is essentially like the building block of other cells, right? You can create other cells with stem cells.
Okay.
Right. So is it wrong to kill a stem cell?
Well,
Because
I don't
it can become a human in the future. Is it wrong to kill a stem cell?
I've never heard that argument before. I don't know. I'd have to.
Hey, so here's my thing. When you engage in conversations, you need to be able to prepare for things that are off the fucking like little card you have to write down all of your fucking arguments, right? And all the bullshit arguments that you've just heard people talk about and you've never actually thought about it yourself, okay?
No, but what I'm
So
curious
is it
is-
wrong to kill a stem cell?
No,
Why is it not wrong to kill a stem cell, but it's wrong to kill a fetus?
because the fetus is a growing human, but the stem cell is not.
The stem cells can unironically become growing humans.
They could start becoming growing humans, like you just said, but the fetus is already a growing human.
The stem cell is already human.
No, it's part of it. It makes up a human.
The fetus is made up of stem cells.
Yes, but the fetus is becoming a human, and in some cases,
The stem cell
it's
is
already.
you don't think fetuses are human already?
What?
You don't think fetuses are human?
I'm saying what in the beginning it's growing into a human, and near the end it's already
Fetuses
like
are already human. They're not growing into humans. They're already human.
No, I'm saying in the beginning of the pregnancy when it's a clump of cells.
They're already
growing-
human.
It's growing into a
It's
human.
a human regardless. It's not growing into a human. It's already a human.
No, that's the point of pregnancy, that it's growing to become a human.
It's not.
So by the
You
time it
don't
comes out-
it doesn't grow into anything else but human. It's already a human.
So you're saying when a woman first gets pregnant, after the first 2
These
days,
are human cells that grow into full sentient humans. They're already
Exactly,
human.
that's
They're
what I'm
human
saying.
regardless.
It's a group of cells.
They don't grow into a human being, right? They grow into a human being, sorry, but they're already human cells.
Yes, they're human cells, but they themselves aren't a human.
I didn't fucking say that. That's not what you said either. You said that they're growing into a human.
Yes, those.
There's a difference between a human and a human being.
I'm saying over time, those human cells grow into a
That's
human.
not what you fucking said.
Yes, the group of cells become a human over time.
Oh my, let's go on to the next person. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Obviously.
Let's go on to the next person. Fucking brain broken. Like, what? That's literally not what he fucking said.
Hey, how you
old are you?
doing, Mel?
How old are you?
I'm 26. What's up?
Do you have headphones in?
Nah, I ain't got no headphones in.
Yikes. Okay, are you pro-life?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Look, I ain't come on here to do all this bullshit.
Let's go on to the next person.
Hey, listen, can I?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk to a 26-year-old. You sound like you're a solid 16. Hi, how old are you?
21.
Okay, are you pro-life?
No.
Okay, let's go on to the next person. Y'all give it a second. I don't
Wait,
know what
no,
the fuck
I
y'all not grasping. Let's go on to the next person. Remember, you guys, we are just looking for people who are pro-life. If you're not pro-life and you don't think abortion is wrong, don't come on my live. We're not friends. We're not friends. Oh my God, we're not friends. Hi, how old are you?
Yeah, I'm 18.
Okay, were you born?
2006.
Okay, so are you pro-life?
Yeah, I am.
And why is that?
Yeah, seems to be the case that the fetus has certain traits valuable enough to grant it rights. Because of this, the fetus has rights. It'd be wrong to unalive a
Yeah,
fetus
that's stupid.
because it has rights.
What value?
Yeah, I'm gonna say the fetus has a future like ours.
Yeah, that's just potentiality. I don't give a fuck.
No,
We
it's
don't
not
care
a
about-
potentiality.
It literally.
You don't understand the
future-
fucking position.
I do though.
If you let me break it down
future
for you, I
liker,
could better explain it.
I do
No,
understand.
you're not
the flow.
tracking right now.
I do know the flow.
It's not a
argument.
potentiality
It's the fucking
argument.
flow argument. Everyone knows the fucking flow argument.
Okay, lay it out for me.
It's literally just fucking potentiality.
Okay, lay out the argument.
Who gives a shit though? If you're talking
Lay
about
out the argument.
if you're talking about no, I'm not gonna actually do that for you.
So you
If
can't
you're
even
talking
give the
about
argument
future,
yet you know the argument.
I'm not gonna fucking explain your argument for you.
Wait, you don't even know the argument. That's why you said it was a potentiality argument. If you actually
Right,
understood
you just said that
argument, you'd know that's
right. You
not.
said the fetus has particular traits that we would value. Therefore, it has a right to life. That's literally what the flow argument is.
Okay, so I'll just explain to you. what the argument is.
Right. Anyway, so like I was saying
I can
before,
explain to you the argument if you want.
I just did though.
No, that's not the argument.
What was the argument?
You
then?
said it's a potentiality argument. It's not.
It is a potentiality argument.
No,
Also, the explanation that I gave you just didn't fucking.
Okay,
you
so
didn't
the
disagree
fetus
with
doesn't have the potential for a future. The fetus does have a future.
You didn't. First of all, it's always a potential. You'll never be able to guarantee that the fetus has a future.
No, wait. That's a pragmatic case. I'm saying
You'll
that
never
there
be able to
exist
do that.
specific fetuses, right? There exist specific fetuses that actually do have the property of having.
I don't see how you can ever determine that in the real world.
Wait. That's pragmatic. That's a pragmatic concern you have. I'm talking about normative right now.
I
We can get to the
actually
pragmatic. We'll get to
don't
the
give a shit, though,
pragmatic.
'cause
We'll
that's not
get to the
realistic at all.
pragmatic soon. But
That's
first
not
we have to
realistic.
talk.
That's not realistic at all.
Okay, wait. Do you want to jump to pragmatics before talking to the normative?
But I don't give a fuck about anything else because you'll never be able to like.
Okay,
You'd
so
never
yeah,
be
we
able to
could talk
determine
about-
whether or not the
okay,
fetus
so-
has like a determined
So
future.
yeah, so what percent chance do you think the fetus has of having a future?
Actually, I don't give a fuck. It's never going to be 100.
Okay, so you clearly are not tracking. Okay, let me give you.
I
a
don't
hypothetical real
care
quick.
about this. It's
Can
never
I give you a
going to be
hypothetical?
100.
Can I give you a hypothetical?
No.
Wait, so you're just being bad faith right now.
I'm not
you're
being
clearly
bad
unable.
faith.
You're axiomatically
I'm
unable.
not
of
being
engaging in
bad faith.
hypotheticals.
You just said that your argument is the flow argument. Future like ours entails like some kind of like future potentiality for sentience.
That's not
in life.
the
And the fact that
argument.
we have
You don't
particular
understand
values
the
that we would
view.
value in a person,
No.
and therefore that person has a right to life.
No,
I disagree with
the
that.
argument is
premise.
that if the fetus has a future, it's an if-then statement, right? If the fetus has a future, then it's wrong to deprive it of a future.
Hey,
Do you
fuck.
reject?
Hey, fuck. It's always going to be if, even if the fetus is completely healthy.
Wait, so just to be clear. Wait, do you agree that if the fetus had a future, it'd be wrong to deprive it?
No.
Okay, so you reject the conditional. So let's talk about the conditional, okay? Before you want to get to your pragmatic concerns.
If the
So-
future, if I'm sorry, you said if the fetus has a future, it's wrong to deprive it. I'm not
Yeah.
depriving it of anything.
Holy fuck. Okay, you're clearly not tracking. Okay.
I am
It's
tracking.
a
I'm not
conditional
depriving
statement.
the
Wait,
fetus
can
of
you repeat
anything.
the conditional statement I gave you?
The conditional statement.
Yeah,
That
what was it?
if the fetus has a future, then it's wrong to deprive it.
Yeah. So do you agree with the conditional statement or no?
No, I don't believe the fetus has a. I don't think the fetus has like, any potential.
Holy fuck. Okay, you're clearly not tracking. I said if
What
the
am I
fetus
not
has a future.
tracking?
Okay, do you know how if-then statements work?
It's always going to be if.
Do you know how if-then statements
It
work?
is always going to be.
You're
if.
not answering the question. Nice
It is
dodge.
always
do you know what
going
an
to be
if-then?
if.
Do you know what an
It is
if-then statement
always
is?
going to be if.
Okay, you know, repeating that doesn't
It is
change the
always
fact
going
that...
to be if.
Okay, wait, that's the assumption, right? Of course, arguments rely on certain assumptions. The certain assumption is that the fetus has a future value. I can explain why it's reasonable to
No,
make
I
the
don't believe
assumption.
that though. I reject that
You don't
entirely.
wait. So you reject the idea that a fetus. Wait. So how did you have? Wait. How do you exist right now if the fetus that you were did not have a future value? Let's
What
see
do you
if can
mean?
answer
What do you
that
mean by
question.
future value? Value given by what?
Yeah. So the future value is just going to stipulate that because the organism is going to experience things like positive qualia, because the argument's
I don't
going.
see where you're getting that from.
Yeah. What? You don't understand why a zygote will one day be able to experience positive qualia?
Yeah, no, I don't see where you're getting that from. You're talking like it's like a determined thing, and it's not.
No, I'm not. Okay, listen, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it has the potential of a future. I'm saying certain fetuses have the future, certain fetuses don't have the future.
Where are you determining this from?
How you determine? Wait, well, so yeah, so a future value simply means that you can attach certain predicates to the being such that it's going to experience things. So it's just trivially true that fetuses have a future.
No.
The reason why fetuses have a future is because if there exists certain conditionals that if applied to the fetus, it can experience things in the future. I'm going to give you some of these conditionals. The mother's nutrients, for instance. If we apply the predicate of the mother's nutrients to the fetus, if we apply the predicate of implantation to the fetus, and other things that are going to be essential for its well-being, when you apply these predicates to the fetus, it is going to be able to experience things in the future. So
I don't
because of this,
again.
we can
So
say
this
it
is
has
just a
future of the
potentiality
gods.
thing. I don't.
It's not a potentiality.
It
argument.
literally is. You just said it's going to be able to experience
Oh my
these things in the
God.
future. Therefore, it has value. No one gives
No,
a
no,
fuck.
it will experience these things in the future.
Exactly. So that's
Certain-
potentiality, genius.
No, it's not. No,
That
it's
is
not
literally just
potentiality means you're unsure that the being is going to.
Oh my God, you're saying that it's going to it's going to
a
experience these things as long as these particular predicates have been like met, right? It doesn't matter.
Wait,
That's literally just potentiality. I don't give a
Wait,
fuck.
it's not potentiality.
Like
if the
like
predicates
again,
are met.
like even still, like why should a sentient being be like forced to sustain a non-sentient life?
Yeah, I'll make the argument for that. Yeah, so I run the responsibility objection, which is just
Yeah, that's
stipulate
fucking
that-
stupid too.
Do you know what the responsibility objection is?
The response like causal obligation.
Yeah. What is that?
Right. So the fact that the mother she consented to sex, therefore she consented to like the possibility.
Yeah, it's
that
a
she
fundamental
became pregnant.
misunderstanding
Exactly.
of the argument. That's
what is
tracking
it?
error
What is it
number
then?
two.
What is
Yeah,
it then?
so it's actually just going to be the idea that if someone voluntarily engages in an action with foreseeability,
Okay,
and they're
that's
causally
what I just
responsible
fucking
for the
said.
being. No, you
That's-
didn't. You
that's
said
what
that
I
they
just said.
consented to pregnancy. I don't think anyone holds a position that someone can consent to an event that's going to happen in the future. That seems
What are
pretty
you
ridiculous.
talking about? I'm saying that like I'm talking about she consented, like when she consents to sex and she engages in sex, she understands that there's going to be a risk of her befalling pregnancy, and that is the causal obligation.
Yeah,
of the fetus.
that's just not the way that it's typically.
If you
characterized in
restate the
literature.
argument and say exactly what the fuck I just said, I'm kicking you.
Yeah, so firstly, the responsibility objection is just going to entail that if it's the case that someone voluntarily and foreseeably engages in an action that counterfactually causes someone to exist in a state of dependency.
That's what I just fucking said. Let's go on to the next person. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing that shit. That's literally what I just fucking said. I'm not doing that. Fuckery. That's literally what I just fucking said. And if you disagree, and if you guys think he genuinely won that shit, come up here, genuinely come up here and restate his entire argument. I said it, and then he just restated exactly what I just said.
Exactly.
Fucking
Like, what
insane.
the hell? I don't
How old
know.
are you?
If he's looking for Trump
Hello?
supporters or
Hello?
whatnot.
PML,
You can't
hello?
hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay, so are you pro-life?
You say it's on what?
Are you pro-life?
What's that?
Let's go on to the next person. I don't like what? But yeah, first of all, where the fuck are my mods?
Dude, that guy read like one LSAT book on logical reasoning thinking he fucking won. You got it.
Yeah, I know. Let's go on to the next person. I know. Guys, I'm not looking for people to just talk to me about the past ghost. Hi, how old are you?
I'm old.
How old are you?
I'm 55. I'm way older than you.
Okay, no fucking shit the way you sound. So, are you pro-life?
I think a woman should have the responsibility to do whatever she wants to do with her body.
Okay, so then
But at
you're
the same
pro-choice.
time-
Let's go on to the next. You don't have to say anything after that. Then you're just fucking pro-choice. What are we not grasping? What are we not grasping, Chad? I'm demodding all of my fucking mods. Hi, how old are you?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Are you pro-life?
I am.
And why is that?
Okay, so I'm not, but can I say something?
No, let's go into the next person. Y'all give it a second. Don't come up here and fucking lie to me. That's weird.
No.
We're not friends. Let's go into the next person. What the fuck? What the fuck? What?
Oh.
What in the fuck? Hi, how old are you?
What's up? I didn't hear you.
How old are you?
Oh, I'm 40.
Okay, so are you pro-life?
Now, remember when Kamala lost the election?
Yeah, like a week ago.
That shit was funny.
It was actually. I did laugh.
It was hilarious.
It was quite funny.
Yeah, how have you been?
I've been fine.
All right, cool.
What did you think I was gonna be like hurt? You guys are so fucking pissed that we're not pissed. You guys are so mad that we're not mad. Why would we be mad? Why would we be mad? She ran a shitty campaign. Hi, how old are you?
29.
Okay, are you pro-life?
Yes, 100%.
Why is that?
Why is that? Because it's life.
Right, so is it
It's
wrong to
another
wash your
life.
face?
Is it wrong to wash your face?
Yeah.
Is it wrong to wash your face?
No.
Okay.
Right, so if it's life, then you should think that it's wrong.
It's a life.
Are the skin cells on your face alive?
What?
Are the skin cells on your face alive?
We're talking about the
Are the skin cells on your face a life?
Pro-choice.
Exactly, and you said that it's wrong to get an abortion because it's
Let's
life.
talk, hippo.
What is this?
Damn.
What are the vibes today?
What's the vibes? What's wrong with you, bro?
I don't know. I don't know why this fucking. I don't know. I don't know why he got mad at me immediately. What the fuck? What the fuck? Hi, how old are you?
I'm 27.
Okay, so are you pro-life?
No.
Let's go
I'm
on to the next
pro-choice.
person, y'all. Give it a second. If the question, people can't read. People can't fucking read. Oh my fucking god. People on my side can't read. Hi, how old are you?
18.
What year were you born?
2006.
Okay, so are you pro-life?
I'm pro-life, yeah.
And why is that?
I'm actually pro-choice, but at the same time, I feel
Gross.
like
Let's go on to the next person, y'all. Give it a second. I don't know I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is, chat. What the fuck, Ashley? What's going on there?
Hello.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
What year were you born?
2005, July 22nd.
Okay, so are you pro-choice? I mean, pro-life, I mean.
No, I'm pro-choice.
Oh my god, fucking learn to read. What is going on? What is this? What is this, chat? Stop. Oh my god. Oh my god. Keith, thank you for the $10 cash app, but oh my god. Oh my god. Hi, how old are you?
You a bitch, bro.
All right, the dogs are coming out today. Let's go on to the next person, y'all. Give it a second. Why did I kick her? Because if the question is, why do you think abortion should be banned? And you come up here and you don't think it should be banned, you clearly can't read. This will never be a safe space for you. Hi, how old are you?
Hi, 30.
Okay, so are you pro-life?
Yes.
And why is that?
Because God said thou shalt not kill.
You can't prove that he's real. I'm not gonna engage with that.
No.
That's fucking
You said-
stupid.
He said I can't prove he's real.
You can't.
He's a spirit.
Spirits are not real. You can't prove that those are real either.
You said so when you think someone transitions that like when you die, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you prove that?
There's no evidence to the contrary. Just because I can't prove that there's something else doesn't mean that what you said is true. I don't know what happens when we die, and I don't really care.
That's what I'm saying. So you can't prove that God isn't real. Also,
No, I can prove that God isn't real, but that doesn't mean. Oh, so is your God all good?
my God, I don't have just my God.
Hey, genius. So when you believe in a particular religion, you believe in a particular God. If you cannot even be like sure what God you believe in, you yourself
Jesus
know that
Christ.
that's just
Yeah,
not fucking
Jesus.
real. Okay,
Jesus
then,
Christ.
right. Okay, so is that God? You're Christian then. So if that's
No,
if that's
I'm
the
not
case,
Christian.
let's go
I
on to the
have a
next person. I'm
relationship
sick of
with
you
God.
people. If you believe in Jesus Christ, you're a Christian. It's really not that hard, and I'm actually not going to deal with that today. I'm sick of these like lukewarm people who think they're like intellectual for not calling themselves a Christian. You're not like other girls.
Okay.
Hi, how old are you? Are
Are
you driving? Are you driving?
Doesn't matter.
Yes. Let's go on to the next person. Y'all give it a second. We'll get some more debates in. Oh my god. Oh my god. This whole thing of like, I'm not a Christian, I'm just spiritual, just came from the fact that Christianity has so much stigma around it and people didn't want to be a part of that. But you're still a part of the problem. Hi, how old are you?
I'm 18, 06.
Okay, so are you pro-life?
Yeah, but I want to know, like, why you always so mad? Like,
I'm not mad.
you do be having attitude.
Why is it that my own people are so microaggressive? Let's go into the next people. My own people. My own people. You should know better. It's quite strange. Let's go on to the next person. I'll give it a second. If you do want to support me, Cash App, I'm on the bio, or you can double tap the screen.
It's just people. You're a mean, rude, nasty.
All right, let's go on to the next person. People are yelling at me, and I don't know why. I don't know why animals are yelling at me today. I don't know why. I don't know why people are yelling at me today. I literally didn't do anything. Hi, how old are you?
Hi, 27, about to be 28.
Okay, are you pro-life?
No.
Okay, let's go on to the next person. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Holy shit. Holy shit. Remember, guys, we were only looking to speak to people who are pro-life. Oh my fucking god. Hi, how old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay, so are you pro-life?
Yeah.
And why is that?
Why do you kick people when they're beating you in a debate?
Who beat me?
The previous Don.
Who?
The guy who you were going back and forth with, who clearly knew what he was talking about.
Oh, what was his argument then?
I don't know.
Exactly. Let's go on to the next person. Give it a second. We'll get some more debates in. Exactly. Hi, how old are you?
30.
Cool. Are you pro-life?
Yeah.
And why can you move somewhere quieter?
Hi, Gabby. Hi.
All right, bro has a kid. Let's go on to the next person. Bro got that failed abortion in the room. That's crazy. That's fucking wild. Hi, how old are you?
25.
Okay, so are you pro-life?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know. Why do you sound like that?
Because I'm stretching, bro. Chill.
How long do you fucking stretch for? Jesus Christ.
Couple seconds.
That's fucking crazy. Anyway, so
you just stretch for 1 second or what?
I don't stretch like that. Anyway, so why are you? No one gives a shit. Why are you pro-life?
Because that's just wrong, dude. Like
nothing is ever just wrong. Nothing is wrong.
Why are you gonna abort something that hasn't even been able to see life?
Nothing has a right to life.
Nothing what?
Nothing has a right to life, and it doesn't need to see life either.
So then you don't have to see life.
No, I did not.
So then you don't care if people pass?
If people passing away is not like an affront to their rights. That's a natural state of life.
Like, so I feel like you have no emotion when your parents or anybody that you love pass.
No, I do.
It just seems like you're that person like, oh well, they pass. Move on.
Why would I not care about that? Did you understand what I just said?
Yeah, I did. And
What
the
did I
other
just
guy,
say?
Leo, that was going back and forth with you, bro,
Who?
he won, bro. And Kamala lost. I know I'm not trying to get you mad, but like you're saying, why are we mad that she lost? We're not mad.
Why are we mad that she lost? What are you talking about?
Have you seen all the videos of people going crazy that Trump won? That is crazy.
Am I one of those people?
Yeah.
I didn't even talk about Trump today.
No, I know, but you just don't want to show it. But deep down, you know you hurt.
Hurt by what?
That Kamala lost. You said she was gonna win. Do you remember?
Because that's what all the numbers were pointing to.
Okay, well, have a good day.
Do people? Why? It's like you guys are freaking out that I'm not mad. My brother in Christ, I'm getting a tax cut. It was a win-win regardless for me. Hi, how old are you?
28.
Okay, so are you sorry, I'm gonna say no. Someone they put it in.
Yeah, get your words together.
Are you pro-life?
Are you pro-big?
Yes, I am actually.
Oh, see, that's good.
Okay, so are you pro-life?
Are you pro-big?
I already answered that question.
Okay, are you pro-overweight?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
So are you pro-life?
I don't know. Depends on your weight.
It depends on my weight. My weight determines if you're pro-life or not?
Yeah, it does, actually.
I have that much power over you?
Oh, you do, actually.
Oh, damn. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I have that much power over you and it determines whether or not you get an abortion.
You don't like it,
so wait, so if I get bigger, that means you'll get an abortion?
Oh, I already had one.
So which one will make it so that you don't?
Now that I had one, you just gotta get on that.
Why do you want me to lose weight? Why do I have that much power over you?
Why do you care if everybody's pro-life or pro-choice? Same reason.
I don't care if everyone's
Yes, you
pro-life
do.
or
You're on
pro-choice.
here asking a question. Retard.
It's a
genius.
Ooh,
Yeah,
ghetto.
genius.
Ghetto. Let's go on to the next person. Quite ghetto. It'd be your own people, chat. It'd be your own people. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yikes. Hi, how old are you?
I'm 40.
Okay, so are you pro-life?
Yeah,
And why is that?
because bitch, you rude.
You're pro-life because I'm rude?
Yeah.
I have that much power. Like, do you guys think that sounds good?
Yeah.
I have that much power over you? You're gonna have kids because I'm mean to people?
Yeah, let me ask you something. What about
Yeah, that's
Tamara?
fucking stupid. Let's go on to the next person. What the fuck? Is everyone okay? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I have no idea what's going on. It's just been trolls. How old are you?
29.
Okay, so are you pro-life?
Yes, I am.
And why is that? Lobita,
Because
thank you
I-
so much for the $5 Venmo. I appreciate you.
Because
Yeah,
I
it's
believe-
quite ghetto.
Because I believe every single life has the right to live.
Bianca, thank you so much for the $20 Venmo. I appreciate you. Yeah, so what right? What are you talking about?
The right
Every
to
single...
live.
Are you vegan?
No, I'm not.
So no, you don't believe that then?
I do believe it.
Drop that fucking argument. No, you don't. You're not vegan.
No, why would I believe in they don't have the right to live?
Because you
if,
don't believe that cows, pigs, you don't think they have a right to life then?
Am I the one killing them?
It doesn't matter though, you're eating them. You are engaging, you are actively engaging in the practice that leads to more of them dying.
But I am the one killing them?
Unironically, yes, you are.
I am the one who's killing them.
Yes,
I was-
because
I was
because
the
when
one
you
who-
go to the shopping mart, you are the one telling the companies that kill these animals to do it more.
Okay, so it could also be the same effect on you by promoting to women having the choice to kill.
Well, no, the difference is that like you could talk about like the overall like sentience of animals. You're not going to be able to talk about the sentience of a fetus. Why should it not, like if these animals were non-sentient, you can kill as many as you want. You wouldn't be killing anything. You're just fucking eating them.
So when would you find liability a baby? And during the pregnancy?
When would I find liability the baby? That was not a full sentence.
No, but when would you find it to be a baby?
When I find it to be a baby?
Yes.
Baby is not a scientific term.
But when would you define it during pregnancy?
When would I define it? It's not. It doesn't matter when I would define it.
That's why I'm asking.
That's not what I base whether or not I give a shit about it on. Not whether or not it's a baby or not. If the baby came out and the baby had like no brain activity, then the baby's dying.
So you don't have.
What?
So there's no limit for you. There's no limit.
I care about sentience. I care about sentience, autonomy, and integrity.
Wow. Okay. So it's the same argument when you used to compare abortion with C-sections on Jubilee,
Yeah, it's the exact same argument.
which was ridiculous.
Then prove it.
It was ridiculous.
Prove that it's ridiculous, baby.
I don't have to prove it because Ben Shapiro did it perfectly well.
What was his? We didn't even debate yet.
You did debate it.
No, we didn't. We only talked for a minute.
You did debate him. You
Ben and I only
compared
spoke
abortion
for
with C-section.
Ben and I only spoke for
that
a
was-
minute.
that was
Sam, thank you for the
ridiculous.
$10 Venmo. Ben and I only
was
spoke for a
ridiculous,
minute.
though.
Ben
It
and
was
I only
ridiculous.
spoke for a minute. He didn't
Yeah, but
disprove
it wasn't on
anything.
Jubilee. We saw it.
What?
It was on Jubilee. We saw the episode.
Right, and we only spoke for a minute.
Yeah, a minute before you got voted out. Before he ate you alive.
How did he eat me? We didn't argue yet.
Because you compared abortion with C-section.
But he didn't rebuttal it though.
Abortion is the termination of the life.
But I'm a little bit confused though. Did you guys not?
Alright,
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Did you guys
It's
not read the
deliberating.
fact check?
It's deliberating.
What did the fact check
baby
say?
alive.
What did the fact check
So
say?
how can you compare
The fact check,
C-section
because
with
the fact
abortion?
check proved my point.
It doesn't.
Yes, it did.
No, it doesn't.
Go read the fact check right now.
Do you know what's the point of C-section?
The point of a C-section is to deliver a fetus.
Deliver the baby alive.
You're right. Not all abortions kill a baby.
Do you
That was the point of what I was
do you
saying.
deliver babies alive during
Abortions deliver babies alive.
during C-section?
Abortions deliver babies
During
alive.
C-section.
C-sections are abortions that
Like
deliver
cow.
fetuses alive.
When it starts with a C-section, like a cow,
I don't know what you're not grasping here. Abortions, right, can be C-sections.
Do you deliver a baby alive during C-section?
Not always.
But not always. So what's the point?
The point of a
C-section,
people get C-sections. The point of a C-section is to remove a fetus. The point of a C-section is to remove a fetus.
Because
the point of a C-section is to remove a fetus.
To remove the baby.
If it becomes the case that the mother cannot pass the fetus naturally, right?
Because it's born to live. To live.
No, not all C-sections are to give birth to live fetuses.
Not to be killed, as an abortion does. Because abortion is the termination of a human life.
No, an abortion is a termination of a pregnancy.
No, that is a termination.
I don't know why you're disagreeing with me. The fact checked agree with me.
No, the fact check doesn't agree with you at all.
Okay, so you want me to pull up the Jubilee episode then? Mods, can you mute this dog, please? Let's pull up the Jubilee episode then, because I don't know why people are like fucking. I don't know why you guys are all saying that. You didn't read that shit. There's absolutely no way you read that shit. So let's just pull up the fucking Jubilee episode. Let's see. Right when I said that, it says the Harvard Medical School definition of an abortion is the removal of pregnancy tissue, products of conception, or the fetus and placenta, or the fetus, or the fetus, or the fetus, or the fetus from the uterus, or the fetus from the uterus, or the fetus from the uterus. The Harvard Medical School definition of abortion is the removal of pregnancy tissue, products of conception, or the fetus from the uterus. Or the fetus. Or the fetus. Or the fetus. Or the fetus. I don't know if you know that, but when babies are born, they're fetuses. Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know? That's Harvard Medical School.
Did you know that a baby can survive being 3 months?
What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about, brother?
What are you talking about?
You just said that the fact check didn't agree with me, and it literally did.
No, it doesn't.
It literally I just read it.
It doesn't.
I just pulled up the video and I read it.
Yeah, how am I supposed to know you're telling the truth?
My brother in Christ. What are you didn't watch the video, did you?
Don't be close to me.
You didn't
please.
you didn't watch
scary.
I would never want to be close to you. You're ugly.
You're scary.
You didn't watch. This is me.
Yeah.
This is Ben.
Yes.
The Harvard Medical School definition of abortion is a removal of pregnancy tissue, products of conception, or the fetus.
Yeah. And what does that have to do with C-section?
Because C-sections remove fetuses.
Yes, alive.
Yes. Yes.
Alive.
Yes.
Alive.
Right.
Alive.
Right. It didn't say anything about life or death here. It didn't say anything about life or death. This didn't say anything about life or death. This does not specify life or death. This does not specify. This does not specify life or death. 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 Okay, so you just seem like you can't admit when you're wrong.
You deliver the baby alive.
Well, no, because not all C-sections are for live fetuses.
What are C-section for? What do you
C-sections are to remove a fetus from the body.
Is the fetus dead?
Sometimes, yes.
Not during. Oh my God! When have you seen
C-section
to remove a fetus, a dead fetus?
My aunt.
Your aunt?
Yeah.
I don't believe that at all.
She had a miscarriage, and you can't. When she's not able to pass all of the dead fetal tissue, she has to get a surgery.
Yeah, but not normally.
That's a C-section.
Yeah, but a C-section, you deliver the baby alive.
No.
Yeah, it is. So we will always have this disagreement, so it doesn't matter. I will leave this place.
You just don't know what words mean. Like, what definition of C-section are you getting this from? Where are you getting this from? Oh, he just fucking ran. What? Hello? Hello? Like what? Like what? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Here's my thing though. Like you guys saw how he was like, "Oh, you might be lying." It's because no one who disagreed with me in this like 1 minute debate I had with Ben Shapiro they didn't actually read the fact check. Like I read what it said verbatim and he didn't know what I was talking about. He never read that shit. Hi, how old are you?
Hi, I'm 18.
And I also love in the videos when people talk about me, they conveniently cut out the fact check. I think that's so funny. Yes. So are you pro-life?
I am pro-life, but can I actually ask you a question?
If you're not here to debate, I don't know what question are you asking?
No, I am here to debate, but this is just for the start of mine. So, may I ask why you are pro-choice?
I'm pro-choice because it leads to less babies dying.
See, and then for me personally, I agree in pro-life, but I also understand the perspective of other people. So
that's the point of a good debater. That doesn't change the fact that you're wrong.
No, I know. I can understand and respect that, but I do believe that in certain cases, that man was tripping for real. If I'm being honest, like
this is
a miscarriage and a C-section. No, I'm trying to lead up. Can you just give me 5 seconds, please?
But you don't need to talk about past guests. Can you get to your point, please?
My point is for your aunt, she had a C-section. So do you know that in certain states that is considered not an abortion? And that they don't.
So what you're talking about is whether or not hospitals classify it differently. And it is by a state issue. It's also by a hospital thing. But definitionally wise, C-sections are abortions. They're just their own procedure. They're not considered different. They're only considered differently because it's a different type of procedure. It's only a medical thing. Doesn't mean that they're actually not abortions. It just means that they're an entirely different procedure that has their own guidelines.
Okay. See, I'm actually kind of willing to let you change my opinion because I grew up in a very aggressive Christian environment and I kind of just am very interested. So
I did too, but my mom's still pro-choice. My dad doesn't care. So
yeah, my dad doesn't care as much, but my mom does. She's very, very pro-life.
Yeah, my mom's an evangelist Christian woman.
So where, hold on, I'm trying to figure out how to ask this because I don't want to come off as rude. When it comes to aborting, like, do you believe in, like, all cases are acceptable? Like, if the baby is, like, 6 months or 8 months?
Yeah, because if I say that not all abortions end in the death of a fetus, if the fetus is at 6 months and we know that fetuses are viable at that point, then yes, I think an abortion should still be allowed as long as it doesn't end in the death of the fetus. Right, like as long as I think in order to end the rights violation to the mother, we can remove the fetus. That's why I believe in abortion all 9 months. Because it doesn't mean killing the baby.
So even if it like is healthy, it's still.
What did I just say to you?
Yeah, I know. I was.
So what why are you asking me? Even if it's healthy, what do you mean? What do you mean even if it's healthy? What do you mean even if it's healthy? What are you trying to imply by asking that question? What did I just say to you?
Sorry, if
the baby is healthy, then removing it from the womb means that it's not gonna fucking die.
Okay, sorry. I misunderstood a little bit. I apologize.
Right. So I'm going to explain this. So not all abortions, as if you think the other guest was fucking wildin', then you should understand this. Not all abortions end in death of baby, right? I am pro-abortion all 9 months because not all abortions end in death of baby.
Okay, yeah. And thank you. That was actually very helpful. I appreciate you explaining that. And I can actually think about that. Also, there was a comment that said my voice is shaking. Sorry, I'm actually anxious being on a live. But I appreciate you letting me be on it. Mm-hmm. So, do you believe if a baby has, like, Do you believe in aborting a baby just simply for the reason of like, oh, it's gonna have like Down syndrome or this or that?
No, that's eugenics. But
okay.
If the baby is non-viable, you should be able to abort it. If you don't want to have the baby, you should be able to abort it.
Okay, yeah, I can. Thank you. I actually really appreciate this and this conversation.
Like if the baby
And I
has
would
Down
like-
syndrome and the mother doesn't want to raise the baby, she shouldn't be forced to raise the baby nor have the baby. But I don't think the baby should die.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. I actually am going to use some of this conversation later to talk with my mom about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I really do appreciate it. Thank you.
Sure,
if you're good, I'm good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
You too. All right, let's go on to the next person, y'all. Give it a second. We'll get some more debates in, y'all. It seems like we have really bit of a following glitch. I checked my thing the other day, and it was like 60 following, which is a problem. But it's likely I talked to my agency, and it's likely because I also went live in Texas, and TikTok thinks I'm hacked. So we just got to go through this. We just got to get through this, y'all. We just got to get through this. TikTok don't think I'm hacked, y'all. TikTok thinks I'm hacked, y'all. TikTok think this ain't me. Lord have mercy. Hi, how old are you?
I'm 20.
Cool. So are you pro-life?
I am.
And why is that?
Well, so if we're talking on pro-life as in abortions to not kill the fetus, then 100%, because I don't think anyone has the right to murder anything like a child.
I don't think unaliving a non-sentient being is murder by definition.
But the definition of living means the ability to grow, the ability to reproduce, and the ability to...
Do you eat meat?
I don't. I'm a vegan.
Oh, so you eat vegetables?
Yeah.
That's
and
barbaric. That's barbaric as shit. Do vegetables not grow?
Pardon?
That's barbaric as shit. Do vegetables not grow?
Yeah, of course they do.
Damn, that's so crazy. So you don't hold to this?
But they don't have the ability to reproduce by themselves.
Yes, they do.
They have to have something else to help reproduce them, like bees. They spread their pollen. That is...
Not necessarily. There are some plants that reproduce asexually. Is it wrong to eat those plants? Or sorry, is it not wrong to eat those plants?
But why?
Like plants are some of the most versatile organisms on this planet. Like no, they don't need another thing to help them. Bees did not always exist.
Right.
And,
Okay.
and plants existed before bees. Therefore, they are able to pollinate and multiply sans bees.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Grant. I'm killing plants.
You are.
God
So
rest me.
you don't. Right. Obviously, hey, Jade, I just want to let you know this. When I make this argument to you, it's not because I believe it. It's because this is your argument. You're the one who thinks you should go to jail, not me.
No,
I don't
my
give a
argument-
fuck if
my
you eat a
argument
plant.
is a killing
Your
a
argument
human being because we have it in laws that you're not allowed to kill a human being or else you will go to prison.
No, because we kill brain dead patients all the time.
But you don't get put in prison for killing a baby.
Yes, but like that is exactly. You don't get put in prison for killing a brain dead patient. Is it wrong to kill a brain dead patient?
No. Well, you're
Why not?
technically
Is a brain dead
killing them
patient not a
because
human
technically
being?
a brain dead person is
I'm
not
sorry. Is a
able
brain
to-
dead person not a human being?
A brain dead person is not able to breathe on them. On
Is a
their
brain
own.
dead
That is why
person a
they
human being?
have
Is a brain dead person a human?
machines
Is a
living
brain
for them.
dead person
They're
a
not actually
is a
living.
brain dead person a human being?
Yes, of course they are, but they're not living because they have machines that are living for them.
Whoa,
They cannot breathe by themselves.
That's
They're
fucking
intubated.
ableist as shit. So people who live on breathing tubes, like you should be legally allowed to kill them.
That's not killing though. They're already dead
No, they're not, because there are people who are alive and sentient who are on breathing tubes.
because the machines are
So
breathing for them.
so the guy that's in the iron lung, you should be able to pop one in his head.
But
because he
He's
doesn't
an
breathe for
iron
himself.
lung. He's not brain dead
Iron. But wait a minute. So what's significant about the brain death?
because they cannot breathe on their own. The brain is there.
But
so that you can breathe.
a person who's suffering from tuberculosis, who lives within an iron lung, and the iron lung literally breathes for them, you should be able to kill that person. He's still alive. He's
Yes, but
he's
that's
like
because
he's like a
not
whole
brain
doctor.
dead.
Right, so you don't care about them breathing for themselves because there are people who are alive who cannot breathe for themselves, right? So then what is significant about the brain dead person then? that says that it's okay to kill them when they can't breathe for themselves, but it's not okay to kill the guy who's in the iron lung. Actually, let me see his name.
Because a person in an iron lung, first of all, is able to speak, his name
is Paul Alexander. He cannot breathe for himself. He lives.
Yes,
with
I know. I've seen him in the iron lung. I've seen him. He writes
exactly.
books
So why is it not okay to kill him?
pen.
Why is it not okay to kill him under your worldview?
Because he has a brain that works. Because he can breathe.
How are you defining works? What do you mean works?
As in, he's able to think for himself. He's able to have a conscious and an unconscious that is alive and present in the moment.
Oh, so you care about consciousness. So what fetus has a consciousness?
Brains are developing the entire time. Fetuses.
No, you don't give a fuck about development. You don't care about development because brain. No, Jade, we're not doing that. Okay, we're not doing that, Jade. Right? Because you're talking about like some development. Brain dead patients develop. Brain dead patients can get pregnant. They can go through puberty.
Physically develop. They do not mentally develop.
What does mentally develop mean?
And also, a brain dead patient who gets pregnant, I would be very cautious on that.
No
personally.
Fucking shit, Jade, because they can't consent. But brain dead patients can indeed get pregnant.
Yes, that is a physical attribute to what a brain dead patient can get. I'm not saying we need to kill brain dead patients. That's what you're asking a question. Should we be able to kill them? I don't think
we should be able to kill them.
Personally, I think it's whatever the family thinks is best for.
So you think we should be able to kill brain dead patients then? You saying that it should be up to the parent. First of all, also we're gonna get into like why that part of the argument doesn't help you either. Because if it is the case that like, I'm sorry. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and fuck you up real quick. So, why should it be up to the family to determine whether or not the brain dead patient lives or dies?
Because you can donate their organs. They, again, do not have any more potential to grow mentally.
What the fuck? Why does their mental matter?
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you not all about like, oh, mental health matter? Like mental, consciousness matters.
So wait, you care about consciousness now?
No, mental ability matters.
So like people who have like, you do realize that there are people who have like mental disabilities where like they don't mature past the age of like an 11-year-old. If a person is born and they don't develop past 4 years old mentally, is it okay to unalive them?
No, because they're still mentally capable of a 4-year-old.
No, they're not. I just told you that they're not.
Yes, they are. They have the mental capability of a 4-year-old.
How do you determine their capabilities? What do you mean? I just told you that this person, like, operate within the hypothetical that I'm giving you. A person is 28 years old, but they have the mental stage of an 11-year-old. They cannot progress. Their brain literally cannot progress past that point of an 11-year-old. Is it okay to unalive them?
They still have the mental capability.
No, they do not. I'm telling you that they don't.
But you said that they.
Oh my God, Jade.
You literally just said that
the hypothetical, the hypothetical, Jade. The hypothetical, Jade. Jade, the hypothetical, Jade. Jade, the hypothetical. The hypothetical. Within this hypothetical, you have a 28-year-old person. Mm-hmm. Their brain stopped growing at 11 years old. Is it okay for you to unalive them?
No, because they still have the mental capability of an 11-year-old.
No, the fuck they don't. I'm telling you that they don't. Is it not okay to unalive them under your worldview?
Because they still have the capability of an 11-year-old.
You're not fucking grasping.
They do.
Let's go on to the next person. I don't know. She's not fucking grasping. She's not fucking grasping. Why are you talking about capability? I just told you that the capability doesn't exist. What the fuck are you talking about? How old are you? I don't understand how the critical thought in people is just fucking brain broken. Hi, how old are you? Now those are people you should be able to. No, those are people you should be able to unplug. Let's go on to the next person, y'all. Give it a second, y'all. We'll get some more debates in. If you do want to support me, Cash App, Venmo in the bio. Remember, guys, we are looking for some debates.
Everybody, nigga.
Oh, you're poor. Let's go on to the next person. Give it a second. Let's go on to the next person, bro. What the fuck? What the fuck? Hi, how old are you?
I'm 25, girl.
Okay, so are you pro-life?
100%.
Why is that?
I believe you do not need to kill babies. I believe in Jesus.
You're not gonna be able to.
Just like your mama does.
Right, like and neither you nor my mother will ever be able to prove that shit is real.
And that's why you came at her, right? So you're.
That's why I'm mad at who?
You just can't. I said that's why you came out of her.
That's why I came out of her.
You're just like her.
I came out of her because she's Christian.
Just like your mom. Because she kept you. Exactly.
What are you talking about?
She had the choice too.
Right, my mother had the choice to not give birth to me. I'm not gonna thank my
So
mother
you
for
just
giving birth
had
to me.
your mother's a Christian. Your mother's a Christian who decided to give birth to you because she wanted to.
Right. My mother is also pro-choice. Like starkly pro-choice. Like super fucking pro-choice. Like she would spit in your face if you're pro-life.
Even Jesus Christ, you know that you can go ahead and keep that baby, and you can go ahead and put it up for
No,
adoption.
abortion is not about whether or not you can take care of the baby.
That's definitely 100%
like okay, so
true.
adoption
Your mom can tell you.
is not.
And also a debate.
Anyway, so adoption is not replacement for pregnancy. Adoption is an alternative to raising a child, not giving birth to a child. The point of an abortion is that you don't want to give birth or be pregnant anymore. So, you know, like just because my mother kept me and she kept all 7 of my other siblings doesn't mean that she can't also be pro-choice. My mother is super pro-choice. She just wanted a lot of kids.
No, and I understand that. I mean, I understand if people get raped and stuff like that and you don't want to
just
keep
say
a baby,
grape.
that's totally understandable. Oh, grape, sorry. It's totally understandable, but in my opinion, this is my debate, I do believe
Your opinion
that
doesn't
there
mean
are
anything.
so many options.
No,
Okay,
the
well,
options that you're
this is a
talking
debate,
the options that you're talking about are not replacements for pregnancy. Those are replacements for raising a child. Adoption is not like for you opting to traffic your child is not the same.
So adoption is trafficking now?
A lot it always has been.
Is that your opinion?
A lot of adoption is trafficking.
Your opinion doesn't matter. So anyways.
No, it's not an opinion. This
This
is a fact of adoption, of the adoption system. Like that is a fact of the adoption system. It's a lot of it is just straight up trafficking.
Are you muting me or am I muting me?
I'm muting you. It's not my opinion.
Okay.
It's literally the fact of the matter.
It is your opinion, but
It's
question,
not. This is
have you had an
proven.
abortion? Have you had one?
No, I've never been pregnant before.
Okay, so you actually can't debate on this topic.
Have you ever been trafficked?
Never been pregnant.
Juju, have you ever been trafficked?
I've never been trafficked.
Have you
but
ever?
I've been
Okay, so then
through
how can you know
foster
that
care,
trafficking
but
is
I've
bad?
been through foster
Then
care.
how can you? So have I actually. So how
trafficking.
So have I actually. So that it doesn't mean that it's not trafficking.
How are
though.
you in foster care if your mom gave birth to you and she's still your
Do
mom?
you think children in foster care don't have parents that give birth to them?
Look, you're going to another topic. Let's go back
You're
to
the
abortion,
one going to
right?
another topic. You're saying
abortion,
you're saying
girl.
that you're
Let's go
shut the
back
fuck up. You're
to
saying that you're a credible.
abortion.
You're saying that you're a credible source because you've been in foster care. I have also been in foster care before.
Okay, and is it trafficking? Did you get trafficked? Did somebody sexually
Foster care
assault
is
you while
not.
you were...
Foster care is not adoption.
Well, that's what you just said, girl.
I didn't say that. Foster
You
care
just
is not
said
adoption.
adoption
Foster
is
care is
trafficking.
temporary homing.
Okay, adoption. Fucking adoption.
Foster care and
the
adoption
difference?
are not the same
Temporary
thing.
homing, and you can take care of the
Foster
baby
care and
keep the baby
adoption
if
are
you
not
want
the same
to.
thing.
Again, we can go ahead and keep talking about foster, or we can go back
Foster
to
care and
abortion.
adoption are not the same thing.
Sure, okay, whatever. If
What do
that
you mean?
makes
What do you
happy.
mean? Sure, sure. What? That's not how you use words.
Whatever you think. At the end of the day, you go through foster care or abortion. I mean, I could use words however I want. It's just you don't like them. A
No,
lot of
if the
truth
words that you're
sometimes we
using
like
don't
to
make any
hear
sense.
it.
Okay, so it seems like you have an issue with like authority, because like no, you
It
can't
seems
just
like you
use
have an issue
whatever.
with like your parents and like
Why would I have an
religion
issue
and
with my
abortion
parents?
and like.
My mom's
Well, you
pro-choice.
just said
Why would I
that.
give a fuck?
Okay, then how are you here saying
Because
how
pro-choice
that's-
people can have babies. My mom has 8 children. My mom gave birth 8 times,
Okay.
and she's pro-choice.
Okay, my opinion.
What?
Which it does not matter. My opinion, which it does not matter. I don't believe that you need to, go ahead and kill a baby.
You're not killing a
obviously.
baby. You can't kill something that's non-sentient.
Okay, girl. I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like
Let's go on to the next
what you
person.
said
This
about the
person's an
brain.
airhead. Let's go on to the next person.
Yeah.
I don't know. She wasn't even engaging with what I said. You can't kill something that's non-sentient. It's impossible. The point
Trump
of
or
killing
Biden,
is to
man.
remove
Trump or
sentience.
Biden, my nigga. Trump or Biden. Hurry up. Choose.
Trump or Biden? Like unironically, neither. That's why Kamala lost the first time. Like, are you kidding me? Oh my god. Kamala literally lost the election because of Biden. Because he didn't have an open primary. Hi, how old are you?
Hi, I'm 23.
Okay, are you pro-life?
Yeah, I am.
Why's that?
Because I believe that cutting off a baby's natural development is horrible. And
Why?
it should be
Why should we care about like the experience of a non-sentient being if non-sentient beings can't even have experiences?
I mean, I understand why people use that argument about sentience and how the baby's
What do you
brain
understand
hasn't
about it?
grown.
What is the argument?
Well, because you're trying to say that since the baby's in the womb and it's not developed sentience, that it doesn't have any value.
What else is there to value other than sentience?
Well, the fact that it will grow to have sentience. Well, majority of the time.
So you care about the potentiality of it growing to have sentience?
Hell yeah.
Oh, so like, you don't. What other aspect of life would you give this principle to?
What do you mean?
Like, does a 6-year-old have the potential to be 30?
No, I don't think so. Unless they grow.
A 6-year-old doesn't have the potential to be 30 years old at some point in their life. Are you serious right now?
Well, at some point, yeah, for sure.
Okay,
But
so then
I
a
mean,
6-year-old does indeed have the potential to be 30. Don't fucking be smart, okay?
No, I thought
You kidding
you
me?
meant like at 6. I got confused. Sorry.
Okay, so does a 6-year-old have the potential to be 30?
Yeah.
Okay,
do.
then. So should a 6-year-old be able to consent to sex?
No, because they aren't old enough to consent.
Why not? They have the potential to be a 30-year-old. Why should we not grant them? Since we know that they have like the full potential to be 30 at some point in their life, since we even know that they have the full potential to be 18 in their life, why should we just award them the rights?
Because that's a child.
But they have the potential to be 18.
Yeah, I have the potential to be 80 years old, and I'm not fucking hobbling around like an old fuck.
Yeah, it's not a matter of rights. It's a matter of development.
I mean, yeah, but you have to.
Hey, so I'm gonna go ahead and explain
process.
this. I'm gonna explain this to you.
Okay,
You
okay.
said that it's wrong to unalive a fetus because the fetus has the potential to be sentient, and we should award it the rights of a sentient being because we know that it will develop into that. A 6-year-old has the potential to be 18. That means we should award the 6-year-old the rights of an 18-year-old since we know that it will develop into an 18-year-old at some point. Under your worldview, you're a pedophile.
No, I think this is just an insane argument to use.
It's not an insane argument. It's a reductio
It
ad
is.
absurdum. No,
No, because
if this is
you're
not an insane
talking
argument.
about-
Me repeating to you what your argument is means it's if you think what I just said is insane, that means you believe what you just said is insane. I didn't make an argument yet.
No, this is actually fucking insane. You're
If you think
relating,
it's I agree.
No,
your
you're
argument
relating
is insane.
pedophilia to the murder of children in the womb. That is-
Exactly. That's what your principle would. That's what your principle.
That
would
is
be.
not my argument at all. I'm talking
is literally
about
what your argument
you're
is.
cutting off a human life before it can fully develop.
Right, and you're not
having
allowing
sex
the
with a
6-year-old to
fucking child
consent to
before it's
sex.
developed. That's insane.
You're not allowing the 6-year-old to consent to sex, even though it's going to be 18.
Because they're not 18 yet.
So we shouldn't allow the 6-year-old to consent to sex, even though they're going to be 18 in the future, because they're not currently 18. Yet we should allow the fetus the rights of a sentient being, even though it's not sentient.
I think it's two completely different topics.
What is the
and I think
logical
that
distinction
relation is
between what I
insane.
just? What is the logical distinction between what I just said?
Well, I think the logic may not be fully off, but I do think that
If the logic is not off, then what I said is correct, and you don't have any fucking rebuttal to it. You saying that it's crazy means that your argument is crazy. I didn't make an argument yet.
maybe I am missing a point.
You are. So here's how reasoning works. If a person is able to give you a scenario that meets your logical reasoning to a T and you don't agree with it, that means you have faulty reasoning. If you have a particular principle, like say like the one you just gave regarding abortion, and you cannot extend that principle to any other scenario, you have a bad principle.
Okay, that makes sense actually.
Right. So if your principle would straight up extend to P3ophilia, then you have a shitty principle if you don't agree with it.
Damn, you kind of caught me. Yeah, I think. Yo, I might have to think about that one. Thank you.
Okay. Let's go on to the next person, y'all. Give it a second. We'll get some more debates in. If you are pro-life, go ahead and hop into the guest request. If you do want to support me, Cash App, Venmo in the bio. Guys, please help me. I'm so poor. Help me. Hi, how old are you? I have nothing. I have nothing. Sorry. Are you pro-life?
Yeah, is the background noise too loud? I'm sitting out in my backyard right now.
Yeah, that baby loud.
There's a
as
dog
shit.
barking.
I don't hear no damn dog. I hear a fucking fetus.
My pro-lifer, he's just playing. Okay, is it too loud or do you want me to come back in a bit?
You can come back in a bit.
Okay, I'll cycle through.
All right, let's go on to the next person. I'll give it a second. We'll get some more debates in. Y'all remember we are just looking for some debates. Hey, look, okay. Look. The baby did sound adorable, though. Hi, how old are you?
24.
Oh, Neil, thank you so much for the $5 cash. I appreciate you. Are you pro-life?
Yeah, I am. And I just wanted to ask you, do you actually know the statistics of people who get abortions and why they get them?
I actually don't give a fuck.
Well, that just makes sense.
My argument stands regardless.
Okay, well, I just think that people.
I don't give a fuck. Even if
as
one second, let me just say
control.
this. Let me just make this clear. You can't use abortion as birth control. Birth control happens pre-pregnancy. Abortions happen after pregnancy. It is impossible to use abortion as birth control. Okay,
that means
learn what words mean. All right, let's stop talking. Actually, let's stop talking. Anyway, I don't give a fuck if the main reason that people were getting abortions was because they just hate fucking babies. Okay, I don't give a fuck if that was the case. I don't give a fuck if the reason people were getting abortions was because they just like unaliving fetuses. I actually don't give a fuck, right? Because it doesn't matter. Because the fetuses are non-sentient anyway.
Okay, but that just makes no sense because the logic of what I just said, you literally just went over your fucking head. I said
no, you just used words that didn't mean what you thought it meant.
No, I'm telling you, like, oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying people use abortion as a way of a means of birth control. Not
it cannot be birth control. It literally can't be birth control.
I'm comparing.
Stop using the fucking word. You can't compare the two. You can't. They're two different things. That's why we have two different words for them. No, they don't. No, they don't. And even if that was the case, okay, I will grant you this, motherfucker. I will grant you this. All right, I'll go along with the fact that you don't know what words mean, and I'll grant you this. I still don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I still don't give a shit.
You know what I don't understand is if you fucking hate the country and you hate everyone, then just
hate
fucking
the country.
Get out.
What
Get
the
out.
fuck does
You
that
don't
alive
want to
and
be
baby
here because you hate Trump. You hate Trump. I've watched you before.
Trump.
You love Kamala. Like just fucking leave
Kamala.
Like get out. Like just get out.
Trump. What are you talking? What the?
I'm saying I've watched your past
Wait a minute. Are the people who are coming in here just residual haters from my fucking Trump debates? Oh, she mad. Oh my God. Oh, she's mad. Collie, please stop. Stop. I'm clutching my fucking butterfly pearl. Stop. Jesus. Anyway, yeah, I like my hair. I haven't had my hair in a long time. What the fuck? Calm down. Calm down. Why you start talking about Trump? What the fuck? Golly, can we get back to the abortion debates? He won. He won. Oh my God, he won. Boo-hoo. We don't give a fuck. I'm getting a tax cut. I don't give a fuck, okay? What I'm more mad about is a bunch of people trying to monetize off of this, and then also the Democratic Party being cowards. And that's it. What are we gonna do? Nothing.
They are cowards.
Okay.
But, like my question.
Look at us coming together. Right?
Wow,
okay. So then stop fucking crying about Trump because I'm not. Why are you crying?
I'm not crying, bitch. What the hell?
You just came up here to talk about Trump randomly. I don't give a fuck. Can you please go ahead and continue with your fuck ass argument, please? All because I cut your shit in less than 2 minutes. Broiled. Come on.
I'm just saying, a lot of people that get abortions, it's literally on statistic wise, 95.
A lot of people who get abortions are your president right now.
What?
He's paid for 8 abortions.
Okay, and he's a man.
That's why he paid for the abortion.
Okay, but you're pro choice, and so
right. He ate with that. He ate with that. No, he ate with that. I don't think it's a problem.
Okay, well, I'm just saying that I feel like a lot of people get abortions because they're irresponsible.
I don't care.
Just are not
you think irresponsible parents should have kids?
No.
Damn, so they should get abortions, right?
No, because if the child cannot live in an economic state where the parents can actually fund them and provide them food and a home and a house and resources, then why should they bring a child into this world to suffer?
Right, I agree. I agree with you. Ooh, yeah. Let me hold your hand. I agree with you. Kill it. You know what I mean? That's the logic here, right? You just ate that. You ate that, Collie. You ate. Yo.
Yeah. That's that. Yeah. Chat. You're not seeing
Collie, stop. Hey, chat, clap it up. Clap it the fuck up. You just ate that the fuck down, bro. That means you unalive it before it even gets to that point.
I know, and I get that. And I'm not saying I'm here pro-choice or pro-life. I'm in between. But I'm just saying I do realize that a lot of people get abortions for reasons that they should.
And you acknowledge that people who would do that should not be parents, right, Collie?
Yeah, and I do, but I'm saying it's overused as like that's what I'm going back to my main point is people just abuse the fact that they can get abortions and they use it as a means of birth control.
So you think those people should have children?
I mean, if they're irresponsible enough,
you think irresponsible people should have kids?
No. You're not understanding, like, because you don't even give me a second to fucking talk. Like, I'm telling you, I understand abortion should be.
You ate that! Oh my God, she ate that! Oh my God, she ate that! Oh my God, Chad, clap it up. Clap it the fuck up, Chad. You ate that. So what is the alternative for them if not to just not have the child exist?
Then everyone should just get on birth control so there's not a bunch of abortions left and right.
Right, but when you're like, what if it's the case like your state, right, like doesn't teach you about birth control? What are these people supposed to do, right? Because what state do you live in?
North Carolina.
Shit, sex education down there. Okay.
Yeah.
Garbage. Right. So then how are people supposed to know that they can get on birth control? Like really quickly, Kylie, you're gonna prove my point right now. Teach me how to put on a condom right now.
You fucking take it out of the wrapper and you put it on. Like,
damn, you just fucking failed. You just got pregnant just now. You don't just fucking put on a condom. No, you don't, right? See, I live in Philadelphia, right? And when I was going to school, Philadelphia has some of the highest STD rates in the country. Patty, thank you so much for the $20 cash app. In the country. And so my school spent money out the fucking wazoo to teach us about sex education. I had some of the best sex education in the country. Okay? All because my state saw that we were having a severe STD and STI problem, right? That's not how you fucking put on a condom. You don't just put on a condom. You got herpes now. All right? It's giving HPV. Okay, baby? Just put on a condom. You be ripping that shit with your teeth, huh? Damn. Right, Zephyr? Shit. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm
so if people genuinely think in your state that you can just put on a condom, right? And you just take it out and put it on, and then they get pregnant because they don't know how to fucking put on a condom, what are they supposed to do, Kali? If that first thing that they were supposed to do, your state has already failed them on. Because they definitely failed your ass.
I mean, I don't understand what you're saying, because yeah, we do have sex education and we're
No, you don't, because you don't know how to put on a condom, Kali. It is important for both parties to know how to put on a condom.
Well, also, the only thing is I'm not having sex with anyone unless I'm on birth control because I'm trying to be preventative of having a child because I do not want a child at this stage of my life.
You can still get pregnant on birth control. Did you know that?
Yeah, but there's like a
right.
chance.
So you know what would make it even better to make it so that you don't, get pregnant is you also know how to put on a condom, Kali.
Okay, well, I'm sorry that I'm not a male and I don't have to deal with
as a female, you should know how to put on a male condom and put in a female condom.
Okay, but that's not the topic of what I'm discussing right now.
No, it is the topic, right? Because I'm asking you what people who have shit sex education like you are supposed to do when they take these precautions and then they still get pregnant. Are they not allowed to get an abortion then? I'm sorry, allowed to get an abortion then?
No, they are, but I'm just telling you that I think that people overuse the right that they have.
How do you overuse healthcare?
I'm not talking about healthcare. I'm talking
abortion
about
is healthcare.
I know it's in the category of it, but I'm not talking of it as a whole. Like abortion clinics, 95% of the people that come in there and get abortions, they have.
Where are you getting this number from?
Reasons.
Where are you getting this number from?
From the Charlotte Lauser Institute research.
Oh, let me show that up. What's it called?
It's called the.
What's the title?
Charlotte L.O.
What's the title? No. What is the title of the stat that you're reading here? 90%. Nothing is fucking 90%. Come on, dude.
Well, it's right here. They just did this.
Drew, thank you for the $10 and Jazz. Thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate you both. Right. So, what is the title? Can you go find it?
Yeah, I'm literally looking at it right now. Like, what do you want me to? It's Lozier. Look at the Loiser statistics on their website. It says 95.9%.
You didn't tell me the title.
Oh my God, that's the name of the website. If you just
I didn't ask you for the name of the website. I asked you for the title of what you're reading. The website that you're citing has thousands.
Abortions, like that's the name of the article.
Right, that's all I asked you for, genius.
Okay, but that's not going to but like
That unironically will though, because it's from the Loiser Institute, right?
Yeah.
Found it immediately. That's what titles are for. So let's go ahead and find this really quickly. So no, it's 95.9% of it is elective and unspecified reasons.
Yeah,
That's not for any reason. It literally says here, we don't know why. They just needed to get an abortion.
Yeah, but I'm just showing you statistics.
Why are you assuming it's for bad reasons?
Because otherwise it would fall into the other category.
No.
Can you just let me speak?
No, this just means that people just didn't report why they got an abortion.
Okay, but
if it is the case, like, do you think like things in like rape and incest are easy things for people to report?
No.
So boom, so that 0.4% is underreported. Do you think women are typically not ashamed of their bodies not being able to behave correctly to be able to like carry a fetus? Do you think women don't get shamed for that a lot?
I mean, they do.
Oh, right. So that 0.3% is underreported. So like the abnormality with the unborn baby. Do you think women don't get shamed for having disabled children?
No, I do, and I'm. That's
so that 1.2% is underreported. Stop talking. So that 1.2% is wildly underreported. So the main two things here would be the risk of the woman's life, the abnormity of the baby, and rape and incest. These are three things that historically women underreport. And you're just assuming that the 95% is just them doing it because they want to?
No, but you can literally look up videos of people who work.
I don't give a fuck what video you're talking about. I don't give a fuck what video you're looking at. Let me tell you something. And then again, this is why I told you again, Kali. I don't give a fuck if the 95% here said they just didn't want to have a baby. They were fully financially stable. They were married. They had a full family. I didn't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if the reason why they didn't want to get an abortion was because Mercury was in retrograde. I don't give a fuck why. I don't give a fuck. My argument here still stands.
Okay, but
because if that is the case, you're going to have to concede that you think that irresponsible parents and then parents who like lose attachment to their kids when Mercury is in retrograde should have children, and you disagree with that, and I do too.
I mean, yeah, but what I'm trying to say is also, do you actually think that they can ban abortion like everywhere?
Yes, they can.
What makes you think that?
Because that's how it was before.
No.
You think Roe v. Wade always
Roe
existed?
v. Wade was overturned, which means you think Roe v. Wade always existed? Or touch the case again, meaning it's left for the states to decide.
What was the case before then?
What do you mean? I'm telling you.
Do you think Roe v. Wade always existed?
No, it didn't.
Okay, then. So what was the case before Roe v. Wade?
People couldn't get abortions. It was illegal.
That's so crazy. So what? So if that is the case, then we can do it again. What are you talking about?
But then I don't think you actually understand that court documents and stuff like that. If it's overturned, a case is you can't. That doesn't mean they have to. That does not mean they have to. They don't need to go through Roe v. Wade to do these things. They don't even need to. It doesn't even have to be the same case for them to do this. Well, I'm telling you that no sitting president, whoever's in office, can ever.
I don't care. I'm not making this argument.
Abortion ban.
I'm not making this argument. Right. So like things that are federally protected are not under the president. That's not just his job. That's what the. I don't know if you know this, but that's what like checks and balances are for. He's not a dictator. But when people like Donald Trump has a trifecta, yes, he can.
Okay, but I'm still telling you that like nationwide abortions cannot happen.
They have happened. Roe v. Wade did not always exist.
Exactly, but I'm telling you, at this point, the fucking part we live in now to the future, it cannot be a national ban. It can't.
Yes, it can if he decides it so. Mari, thank you so much. Mary, thank you so much for the $25 cash app. And Cam, thank you so much for the $5 cash app. I appreciate you, baby. Mwah. Yes, he can. Yes, he can.
I just don't know where the logic comes from that.
When you have a trifecta of Trump loyalists, and if it is any case that he decides that he wants to do this, yes, it is possible that he can do this. I'm not saying that he wants to do this. Trump has come out several times saying that he does not want to make it a federal ban, and that's fine. That's why I didn't make the fucking argument.
Yeah, so it's left for the states to decide.
Right, and now I'm arguing with the states that have effective abortion bans.
Yeah, and so there will be states out there that could ban,
and those states are going to lead to more deaths of fetuses and mothers. Yeah, and that's why I'm debating this.
Yeah, so if you live in a state that wants to regulate it where abortions are banned, then that's just your problem that you chose to live in that state.
No one chooses to live places. Some people are poor. Not everyone's like you, Kali. No one
Did I say
chooses to live
anything that
places.
I was-
Do you think people in like Palestine are choosing to live there?
No.
Right. So let's not say some shit like that, right? That's not intelligent to say.
Okay.
Right, okay.
All I have to say is I'll be praying for you.
Please don't. Hell Satan. Yeah, she got fucking cooked. Let's go on to the next person, y'all. What you say? That you only meant well. Jax, thank you so much for the $10 Venmo. I appreciate you. Yo, W666 in the chat. W666. Yo, Satan, come in me. Satan, come in me and abort my fetus. Kill my womb. Anyway, hi, how old are you? Ariana, thank you so much for the $20 cash. You guys are being insanely generous right now. Ileana, thank you so much for the $10 Venmo. Damn, y'all. How old are you?
I'm 21. Sorry, I'm a little sick.
So yeah, are you pro-life?
So actually, I am pro-life after the 12 weeks.
Pro-life
But
after 12 weeks? Only 12 weeks? Why? What is the cutoff there?
So, okay, so by the time the a fetus is 12 weeks, that's when their organs are like fully developed. So
Why does that give them? Wait a minute. So, what? What do you mean their organs?
It's okay. It's kind of hard to.
It shouldn't be hard.
It's also something that I'm in Florida. In Florida, we have the 6-week abortion ban, but I'm mostly here not because of my point of view, but because I've been like taking notes of what you've been saying, and I want to know what's your stance on late-term abortions. Like,
I think late-term abortions are basic health care that should be awarded to anyone who is pregnant or has fetal tissue within their uterus. Late-term abortion does not mean killing a baby. That's why Florida's economy is in the shitter right now. Bug, thank you so much for the $10 cash. I appreciate on my 53rd abortion this week. That's a good boy. Anyways, like, good girl. I don't know what the fuck you are. Tiffany, thank you so much for the $5, and Erica, thank you for the $6. Yeah. So, this whole thing when you talk about like the fact that like the fetus has like organs, so do brain dead people. So do dead people. Dead people have organs. If you're not like Marilyn Monroe. You know, other things have organs that we like. We literally eat animal organs.
I know. I'm just telling you like my stance of it. But what you
your
said.
stance entails a contradiction and doesn't make any sense.
My view of it is that I've seen how a like 12-week fetus looks like in ultrasounds and stuff, and I don't believe that is
you having a personal connection to the shape of a baby means nothing to no one. That genuinely doesn't mean shit to anyone. So I don't know why you brought that up.
I'm just saying, like, I am pro-choice of like if you are, you know, with economy problems and stuff, yes, you should be able to have an abortion. However,
rich people shouldn't be able to have an abortion then?
I don't believe that after your first trimester, if it's not a medical reason or if it is because the fetus has like a problem, then I don't believe that after the first trimesters, like you should just perform an abortion because you feel like it. Which
why
you
not?
said before, because I feel like that's a life right there. It's alive.
It's not though.
Yes, it is.
Before 24 weeks, it literally isn't sentient life.
That's not true. If you're gonna go by the definition
is true.
of alive,
Name one fetus. Name one sentient fetus before 24 weeks.
If you're going to go by the definition of
Mel, I'm not going by definitions. I'm going by the medical scientists that we have. Name one sentient. Name one sentient fetus.
If you search up, is a fetus alive by the time of
fetuses are alive, and so are brain dead patients. That doesn't mean that we value them.
Well,
animals are alive.
Like you
plants
said,
are alive.
A brain dead person is brain dead.
Right, brain dead people are alive.
It's not the same. It is not the same.
What is the distinction between a fetus before 24 weeks and a brain dead patient?
Well, the fetus can carry on with their life. Brain dead people cannot carry on with their life.
Brain dead people are alive.
They depend on. Okay, this is why I mean.
If you talk about dependency, then you're just gonna talk about eugenics. Because you're going to say that like disabled people, you should be able to unalive disabled people. And I would disagree with that because my value is not how they are alive. My value is the sentience.
No, but I do believe that if your child is gonna be born with some disease and stuff that you do not want to deal with, like I do believe that if you
finish that sentence.
Okay.
How you finish a sentence is going to determine like whether or not you stay on my platform.
Okay, so what I mean is if the child has some kind of, let's say, chronic illness or like a disease inside of the womb, what I'm talking about is stuff like they don't have a brain or
That's not a
stuff like
disease.
I do believe that you should be able, because I've seen
Not
kids
having
that
a brain
are
is not a
born-
fucking disease.
I'm talking about illnesses and stuff that can happen to fetuses. I've seen kids that are born with that and they're like alive, and it's like this is like putting a child into misery. I do believe that when a kid
You
has
think we should be
some
able
kind
to unalive chronically ill
I
children?
don't think that someone like without a how do I explain it? It's like specific diseases that kids can have that they can detect on the
What
on the
specific
womb.
disease can a what
Okay,
disease do you think is valid to unalive a child?
Not alive. I'm not telling you like a child that's alive should be unalive.
No,
I think that if
unalive.
they
Like
are in the
what
womb,
disease can a fetus have that you would think it's valid to unalive them?
I have so many. I have like a list. Hold
Name
on.
one. Name one.
It's called and it's the one that you don't have a brain when you're like
You can't be alive if you don't have a brain. They're already dead. You're not killing anything.
Never mind. Never mind.
Right, Zephyr? What the fuck? Yo, even my bird was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? No, for real! That's what the fuck? Nah, Zephyr. That's crazy, bro. She said you got a bird brain, brother. That's crazy. My fault. Anyway, hi, how old are you?
I'm 19.
Cool, are you pro-life?
Well, I feel like it depends. Like, I am pro-choice. Like, so if the woman, like,
One second before you do this. Bug, thank you so much for the $10, and Star, thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate you both. And Brian, thank you for the $1, and Tiffany, thank you for the $5. Go ahead.
So I feel like, so if the woman, like, if something happens, like, if the woman gets raped or...
You have to say grape.
Well, they get raped.
Grape.
So if that...
Alyssa, thank you for the $20 cash app. You have to say grape, like the fruit. I said it for a reason. TikTok doesn't like it. It's not me, my sensitivities. It's not about a trigger warning. It's just that TikTok is like trash.
All right. Well, graped. If the woman gets graped and something happens to, like, if the baby's going to be like severely deformed, cannot survive outside of the womb, then I believe like it's okay to have an abortion then.
Why? I'm sorry. Why don't you think children of grape do not have a right to life? Why do children who are products of sexual abuse have less of a right to life than children who aren't?
I'm not saying they have less of a life.
You just did that. You literally are saying that, like, inherently, by saying that the mother should be able to get an abortion if she is sexually abused. You're saying that children who are products of sexual abuse have less rights than children who aren't.
Well, if the person that got raped was, let's say,
I said grape.
Raped. If they are, let's say they're like 12 years old and they get raped, like, you think it's okay for them to give birth to that child?
No, but you should think it's okay.
Well,
because you're saying that a victim, like that a child who is born as a result of sexual abuse has less of a right to life than a child who is not. That is crazy.
No, but that's not what I'm trying to say.
That's exactly what you're... Okay, so a grape victim should be able to get an abortion.
If they are not, and also if they're...
It's a yes or no question.
Well, it depends, like, on the...
What does it depend on?
Like, it just, like, depends, like...
On?
If they are not maybe financially, like... responsible.
So poor babies have less of a right to life than non-poor babies?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
So what are you talking about finances for?
Well, I believe that, like...
What the fuck is this classist, ableist fuckery going on right now?
I'm trying to, like, explain.
This is the dumbest fucking reasoning I've ever heard in my life. This is really fucking bad. Why does socioeconomics come into the play of whether or not the baby has a right to life? Fox, thank you so much for the $5 cash app. And I'm pro-choice, and I'm saying this to you. This is fucking crazy. You're not pro-life.
Wait, so
you're pro-fucking insanity.
No, but I have like a question though. So
no. Can you finish what you're saying, please?
No, but I have a question for you.
Okay.
So you believe like abortion should be allowed at any like cost, like no matter.
I think abortions are healthcare and should be available all 9 months.
So, but you think like if someone just wants to get an abortion because like, and
yeah, I do. I think in order to end the rights violation, we should be able to remove the fetus. Abortion does not mean killing the fetus. It means removing the fetus from the body. And after 24 weeks, the fetus is viable. Therefore, we can remove it from the body and then sustain it in a hospital.
Yeah, but when the fetus starts to develop like a heartbeat and all that, and
a heartbeat, dead people have heartbeats. That doesn't mean anything. You don't value that. You don't value a heartbeat.
Dead people have heartbeats.
Yes, brain dead people have heartbeats. Brain dead people breathe.
How can you breathe if you're dead? That makes
because they're hooked up to particular things that allow them to do so. It's medical science. People with iron lungs use the iron lung to breathe for them. Do they have a less right to life?
No, that's not what
okay then. Right. So it's not breathing, it's not the heartbeat that you value, it's the sentience. There's nothing else that you value other than sentience.
But when the baby has, like when they're developing a brain and all that, you think it's okay for them to have an abortion when they have a brain? And
right, brain dead people have brains.
Well, but the brain's not like working.
It's not sentient, right? Exactly. So as long as that brain does not have the thymocortical connections that are active, that are needed to deploy sentience, then I don't give a fuck. That person is not a person. It's not alive. It's an it.
Okay, well, I don't know how you could think that abortion should be allowed like at all costs.
Because I just told you. What did I just tell you? Taylor, thank you so much for the $8. I appreciate you.
Well, could you wait?
Did you seriously not hear what the fuck I just said to you?
No, I did, but I just need.
Okay, so then what did I tell you that an abortion was?
An abortion is when you're basically.
You don't know what the fuck I just said. Stop looking it up. I can hear you typing away. I said that an abortion is the ending of a pregnancy, not the ending of the life of the fetus. Abortion means ending a pregnancy, not killing a baby. Okay? Abortions, like a C-sections, hit me up on Jubilee, like a C-section, do not, what the fuck? There's a gnat in here. Do not end in the death of a fetus. It is the ending of a pregnancy.
Wait, you think a fetus is not a baby? Like it's two different things?
I didn't say that. Baby is not a medical term. Baby is a colloquial term.
But fetus has a heartbeat and all that. Isn't that?
So do dead people.
That's a human being.
So do dead people. Dead people are human beings. That's not what you value, though.
How can dead? What?
You don't value a heartbeat in a brain dead patient. You don't value breathing in a brain dead patient. You don't even value a pregnancy in a brain dead patient.
If you're dead, I really like.
Medical science. It is 2024. They give it a gives, yo. It is 2024. We can do a lot of things. We can clone fucking animals. Okay, you think we can't keep a dead person alive? Yeah, we can. You can keep a brain dead person alive indefinitely, almost. Medical science has evolved way past what we thought was possible even 10 years ago. You can attach a dead person's arm to your arm and use it. Kidding me?
Okay, but how does that relate to them?
I'm saying that medical science has allowed us to be able to do this. That's what brain death is. How do you think they're able to give people fucking do organ transplants? They have to keep the body alive. How do they do that?
I mean, I'm not that educated on that. So.
Right. So if we understand that what is required for these organs to be fresh when they're taken from the body, we need to keep the body alive, right?
Yeah.
Right. So do you seriously not know how brain death works?
Well, like I said, I'm not as educated on that. So
Right. So brain death is a person is dead, right? Their brain is dead. But due to medical science, we are able to keep them cellularly alive, meaning that we are able to sustain a heartbeat, maybe even some breaths here and there. We are able to keep their body cellularly alive, which means that these people can go through pregnancy. They can go through puberty. They can grow. They can get periods, right? They can even get an erection. Anything that is not necessarily controlled by the brain and is more so controlled by your stem, right? These are things that brain dead patients can go through, yet they're not alive. They are dead. They have no sentience whatsoever. Their brain is gone.
yeah, okay.
Right. But they have all these things of which you're talking about a fetus has, which would be a heartbeat, which would be organs. And yet, is it okay to unplug a brain dead patient?
Well, I guess it really depends on like
the family?
No, not the family, like the state of like the.
What do you mean the state? State of what?
Wait, but why are we talking about brain dead people though? Like what
Because there is no distinction between a brain dead person and a fetus before 24 weeks.
Right.
Fetuses have organs. Brain dead people have organs. Fetuses have bodies. Brain dead people have bodies. Fetuses are human. Brain dead people are human. Neither of them have sentience. Both of them are up to the decisions of the people who are their next of kin. The next of kin would be either the brain dead person's spouse or their family, and then the next of kin of the fetus would be the mother. And then the mother would decide what rights the fetus has, and then the family would decide what the rights of are the brain dead patient. Because at that point, they're property, because they're not sentient.
All right.
Terry Shivo is kind of alive. What a little bugger. Maybe we should just unplug her. All right, do you have anything else you want to talk about? Oh, okay, let's go to the next person. The most expensive plant you've ever seen. Sorry. Hi, how old are you?
I'm 45. Yeah, I think abortion should be I think it should be banned.
Why is that?
Because why wouldn't we want to give an unborn child the blessing of having life just
That's
like
not a blessing. Blessings don't exist.
Okay, all right. We can disagree on that. Pick a different word. Why won't we want to give an unborn child the gift of having life?
That's not a gift either. It's not a gift either.
Okay, all right, let's stick to the important. I'm trying to have an adult.
I'm trying to stick to the important shit. You over here talking about blessings and gifts. What am I, fucking Jesus?
Okay, all right, let me rephrase it. Why not give an unborn child the opportunity to have life just like we got it? Who are we to take that away from an unborn child?
You're not taking away anything.
Abortion do that.
No, because this is not something they were guaranteed in the future anyway.
Okay, why would a person stop an unborn child from coming into this world when they
what rights do they have to sustain that child and their rights to come into the world? CJ, thank you so much for this up.
They should have been more responsible. We're not talking about that. We're talking about abortion.
But you don't care about responsibility, right? Like, for example, like what if you had a knife in your hand and you accidentally fell on your fucking mom and got her right in the heart? Should you be legally obligated to give her your heart?
Yeah, that's different from having
No,
an
it's not.
abortion,
No,
though.
it's not.
Yes,
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. What's the distinction?
Okay. Because having come on now, let's be real.
What's the distinction? Let's be real. Let's actually be fucking real.
Serious, I could just
let's actually be real. No. Let's be real.
Because if I accidentally got a knife, come on, if I accidentally got a knife in my hand and I fall and accidentally, which is the key word, accidentally, fall and kill my mom. That's not.
No, I didn't say that you killed her. I said that she's here, but she's now.
Okay, all right.
But now she is now. Hold on, Marco. Hey. Marco, she is now dependent on you for a heart. Should you be legally forced to give her your heart now because you are the person who caused for her to be in that dependent state?
That's not the same as walking inside of an abortion clinic.
But it's going to be the same as walking into a fucking hospital and getting your heart ripped out of you, Kale May style, right? So can you go ahead, just straight type Inca type shit, just, you know what I mean? So like, what is the distinction?
It's not the same as walking inside of an abortion clinic.
What is the distinction?
Come on, you're using kitty analogies. They don't make sense.
This is not if it's a kitty analogy, you should be able to fucking cook my shit right now, right?
No, you cooking yourself. You cooking yourself. I ain't even
I'm not cooking myself. I'm not a crock pot. Can you go ahead and please?
Because you know what's so sad? Let me say this.
Oh my God, he's not even fucking.
It's sad to see women like you, and I'm a black man just like you, a black woman. Y'all so stuck on murder. Why y'all don't want to let kids
murder?
into this world?
Are black men the only ones murdering each other? Who the fuck is y'all?
We're talking about abortion, though. We ain't talking about black men.
Who the fuck is y'all? Y'all
been talking about that. We talking about abortion.
What's the point of having a baby if you're gonna shoot him when he turns 13 anyway?
That's not what we're talking about, though. We're not talking about that. You should make that the title.
What's the fucking point? What's the point if he's just gonna get gunned down on his fucking porch at 11 years old? What's the point?
You don't want to place the title. I'm trying to stick to your title. We talking about abortion.
Ashley, thank you for the.
You laughing? You know what's so sad? You laughing about taking away an unborn.
Yo, the black woman in the chat laughing is good. Stacey, thank you for the $10 cash app. Bro, shut up. Talking about what's your obsession with killing babies? What's yours? Hello? You can't walk nowhere in the hood. Are you kidding me? Bulletproof fucking crib. Are you kidding me? Come on, dude. Be for real. I'm scared. Yo, you got people out here scared to sit on their fucking porch. Be for real. Be for real. You got babies getting gunned down in the street. Be for real. What's the point? Like, that shit will never not make me. That shit will never not make me laugh, y'all. That shit would never not make me laugh. Marco, can you unmute, please? Can you unmute? Can you please unmute? Damn, that coffee stained the fuck out my teeth, y'all. I'm so mad.
You probably don't even have kids. That's why you up here talking all this nonsense.
I'm 23. Why the fuck would I have kids? Also, I'm a lesbian.
You probably don't even have kids. Right. Oh, that's what. There you go. I was waiting on it.
You was waiting on what? Me to be a lesbian? Shit, I was waiting at the door too. Hi, how old are you? Thank you. Thank you for the fireworks. I appreciate you. Cool. So, are you pro-life?
Yeah.
Cleo, thank you so much for the galaxy. I appreciate it. Thank you all so much for the gifts, by the way. You guys are being insanely generous. That was fun. Yeah. So, why are you pro-life?
Yeah, I just think parents have an obligation to their children.
An obligation to their children? They're sentient children or non-sentient children?
I don't think, I mean, sentience isn't my qualifier, so.
What else do you qualify?
What do you mean?
What else is there to qualify other than sentience?
Yeah, I guess I would just run like some flow argument and say that.
That's fucking dumb.
No, I like flow. Why do you think
flow is one of the worst fucking, because it's just potentiality. I keep saying this. What do you mean a future like ours?
So I agree with that, but I think the biggest issue here is like the deprivation, right? You're putting us.
What are you depriving them? Like for example, let me ask you this question really quickly. Like for example, right? Say if I see another person right there, I have the fucking Shikigami eyes, right? I have the Shikigami eyes. I see how that person is gonna die. I see that they're going to die from a brain aneurysm within the next 3 seconds, and then I shoot them immediately, right when I see that with my Shikigami eyes, right? And then I shoot them. Am I depriving them of something?
So, okay, yeah, this person's about to
Shinigami, I said Shikigami, Shinigami. Y'all don't fucking correct me.
Person, they're about to have a brain aneurysm, and you predict this. So, because of this, you, like, pew them, right?
Yeah.
Is that the analogy? Yeah.
I'm asking, like, what am I depriving them of?
Yeah, I'm gonna say you're still causing them some sort of deprivation. Are you gonna
having an aneurysm in 3 seconds?
Well, yeah, I mean, from their experience prior to being pew-pewed, right?
Okay, so what if it was like literally right before they have the aneurysm? Did you deprive them of a future?
I'd say that you deprive them of some sort of autonomy. I don't know.
You care about autonomy?
Like
how do you care about autonomy, but you don't care about the autonomy of the mother?
Yeah, the positive rights of the fetus is going to supersede bodily autonomy of the mother.
What other human being do you know that has rights that supersede in others?
Yeah, our children that we have guardianship over.
Where are you getting that from? What are you talking? Where is this coming from? What you're telling me that a fetus has more rights than every other person on Earth right now?
Yeah, so I'm going to say like positive rights, right? So my child has positive rights to my resources right now, such as like the fetus would have positive rights to my resources during pregnancy. This is just caused by like guardianship obligation, proximal obligation, communal obligation.
What obligation? I just reject this entire premise. Obligations of what?
Why do you reject communal obligations?
Right, because you don't hold this principle to any other like context.
I would hold this principle to most contexts. I mean, you can give me a reductio.
If you don't hold it to most, means that you don't hold to it.
I'm going to say that I'd stay pretty consistent. You can test that. Give me a reductio.
The reductio of like this like causal obligation that you're talking about here will be like, okay, so like
I don't run
that is this is so then what is the obligation then? What is the obligation based off of?
Yeah, there's a communal and proximal obligation. Say for example, like walking down the street and I don't know, there's a kid drowning. I'm going to say I have an obligation to like at least do something within my capability to help this kid until I can transfer the obligation to somebody else.
Well, no, I would disagree with that, right? Because then if again, like you would simply be like protecting like the sentient life of that other being, right? Protecting their integrity. But while the fetus is no longer sentient, then you would have no obligation to save them whatsoever, right? So like this standard that you're determining here will be determined based off of whether or not that person is sentient and is able to like perceive of any kind of harm coming their way, right? Or like has any kind of like sense of self or like subjective experience, right? That is what you're protecting when you save a person from drowning. But if that person is already non-sentient, like for example, if a brain dead person began to drown, are you going to save them?
If a brain dead person is drowning, so are we talking about coma or brain dead? Because I
said brain dead for a reason. That's why they're two different words. So if a brain dead person is drowning, should you save them? Are you obligated to save them?
So I would say yes, due to like the organ preservation. Yeah.
Organ preservation? That's fucking stupid. Like what? Organ preservation for what?
I get why you think that. So the reason we even keep brain dead people plugged in is to preserve their organs, right?
Okay,
that's why the longest
preserve their organs for what?
Yeah, so you can do organ transplants.
Girl.
Donation.
Okay, so say you're the only two people on the earth. This person is fucking brain dead, and they drop into some water, and they're drowning. Do you have an obligation to save them?
How do I know they're brain dead?
Just say that you know that they're brain dead. Do you have an obligation to save them?
I'm going to say since I don't have the resources available to sustain them for like their organ preservation, then no, I don't have the obligation because I don't have the resources.
Why would you want to sustain their organs?
This is just like when we're talking about people in general. The only reason we even keep them plugged in is to sustain their organs so that we can transplant them to other people and donate them. That's the only reason.
So are you saying that the fetus's only utility is? So as long as I give the fetus some kind of like first of all, no, it's not. Second of all, are you saying that what would be the point of keeping the fetus then?
No, I don't. I mean, I don't have those like same qualifiers for fetuses and brain dead people. I'm not granting that same obligation. I'm saying within pregnancy,
you would literally have to though, because what would be the distinction between the fetus and the brain dead person?
You mean like the prior pre-sentient fetus? Yeah, there's no.
No, I mean like the fetus before 24 weeks.
Yeah. Prior to sentience and consciousness, there's no descriptive difference between a brain dead person and a fetus. But then again, this would bring us back to flow and saying that you're causing some state of deprivation.
No, I don't. You cannot deprive. You cannot. It is not deprivation. Again, this is what I said to the last person. This comes with the assumption that like they will have this particular future. And they don't, because they're dead. I've already planned on killing them. They're not going to have the future.
The fetus is dead or the brain dead person?
The fetus. I'm talking about the fetus now.
Well, the fetus is alive until you get the abortion, right? So we're talking about prior.
Exactly.
To the abortion.
So if you understand that like there is going to be no future like ours if I've already planned on killing them.
Right.
You're not depriving them. Also, this deprivation again is just potential.
Sure, I guess there is some sort of potential, but like I heard you arguing, and I've heard this argument a lot where, okay, a fetus can now turn into an 18-year-old in 17 or 18 years, right? Should we allow them to consent to SMECs? I mean, I heard you make it earlier. And I would say that no, I would say that like my account of harm and deprivation is just depriving someone of experiencing life would just be an account of harm, and that's enough for me to say that you have an obligation to sustain them.
Yeah, I don't see what harm what harm deprivation is caused by if the person is non-sentient.
So you're granting this fetus moral consideration at sentience because of their experience of harm. Is this like, what's your threshold of harm? Is it physical harm or is it mental harm?
I don't have a particular threshold. It's from person to person, but whatever harm it is requires sentience.
Yeah, so what do you mean? What is the harm though? Like
the harm will be determined by the person experiencing it, but the experience, what is required for the experience is sentience.
Right. So when I get a lethal abortion at 32 weeks, right, this is past sentience. You're going to say that. You cannot get a lethal.
I do not believe in lethal abortions at 32 weeks.
This is hypothetical. This is just a hypothetical. Right?
Why are you bringing that up? I already don't hold to this.
Wait, hypotheticals don't have to like be realistic, right?
I'm not saying that it's realistic. I already don't hold to this.
No, that's fine. I'm just testing your principle of sentience and your account of harm.
Okay.
So within the hypothetical, say for example, I get an abortion at 32 weeks, right? You would say that yes, this is causing some sort of harm because this fetus is now sentient. So I want to understand what harm is being caused to this fetus.
The harm being caused to the fetus? The death of the fetus?
Yeah, is this like physical pain? Is this
no, it's not about pain. It's the death itself.
Yeah,
it's not about deprivation at all. It is the death is the harm.
Well, then you would have to end your cutoff at conception. That doesn't make sense.
No, it is very much so consistent because in order for death to be wrong, there must be prior sentience. If prior sentience is already established, then you can have like the morality applied to the death. But if there is no prior sentience, then the death means nothing. So that is consistent. I'm still consistent.
Your argument is that the wrongdoing is unaliving the fetus, and it's wrong past sentience because what you're doing is unaliving them. It's a little circular, but then with that argument, you can just apply that. Yeah, because you're saying it's wrong to unalive a fetus because you're unaliving them, right? You'd have to apply that to consciousness and just say, I could take your argument and say, yeah, it's wrong to unalive a fetus at conception because it's wrong to unalive a fetus at conception. See how that's circular?
No, not at all. It's not circular at all. You're actively skipping over the sentience. You're making it circular by skipping over the sentience.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand your account of harm with sentience. So
I don't know why you're asking me for my own account of harm. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. Yes, but how I determine harm means nothing.
It does though when that's your stance.
No, it's not.
Wait, it does though. You have the burden.
No, I'm saying that you are the one talking about harm. I'm not talking about harm.
So why does sentience matter?
What else is there to matter? Because if you ask Sarah, if you ask this question, we're just going to go down to like an entire fucking like philosophical argument of why we even care about sentience in the first place. But I'll just have to ask you, what is there to care about? What else is there to care about?
Well, I mean, it sounds like you're like a skeptist, and I don't particularly.
I'm not even a skeptist. You're just asking me why sentience matters, and I'm asking you why wouldn't it matter? What else is there that would matter over sentience? What else is there to value?
No, I understand why we value sentience, right? I'm trying to understand your threshold of harm and what
I don't have a threshold of harm. I keep telling you this.
Okay, so if I take like, I don't know, a pre-sentient fetus, say I like had a miscarriage at 15 weeks, right? Can I just like play hacky sack with this fetus?
Hacky sack with the fetus?
Yeah, can I just like toss it around? Under your principle, is that okay?
The only issue that I would see with that is that like you would clearly have to have some like kind of like negative attitudes toward a fetus or toward some like kind of like organ thing to be able to like engage in that type of behavior. I think it would be weird. It would be morally wrong because of the way that it would affect society as a whole. It would be against my preferences.
Okay, so
but in terms of whether or not you're causing actual harm to the fetus, no, you can blend that shit up. Blend it up, drink it. Get your fucking nutrients back.
I think that's unintuitive, but so you see like some utility loss at tossing this fetus around at 15 weeks, but you don't see utility loss.
If it is non-sentient, then you're not harming anyone. What I said that the harm would come from the negative attitudes towards these types of things.
Okay, I really want to understand why
because there's nothing else that we value. You don't care to ask why sentience is important. There's nothing else to value. Sarah, you don't want to go down this argument. I'm not going to have an entire Sarah, stop talking real quickly. I'm going to set this with you right now. I am not going down this why philosophical fucking argument about why sentience matters. It matters because there is nothing else that we think matters. There is nothing else. There is nothing else that you think matters beyond sentience. That is why it matters. I'm not going down a fucking philosophical argument with you and then boring the entire fucking chat because no one gives a shit about that. No one cares. No one gives a shit about what the philosophical reasoning behind why we care about sentience. No one gives a fuck.
Okay, so do you want to discuss like pragmatics?
I don't care about this. I just don't want to go down a fucking philosophical argument. You going, why? I don't give a fuck. No one cares. You don't care about anything else. You don't care about anything. Here, we can operate off of the fact that you don't care about anything else and I don't care about anything else. No one else in this chat cares about anything else but sentience.
I get you, and I agree. For the sake of your life, I won't go down like a philosophical rabbit hole because I do agree that this would end up in like, why does this matter to you? Where do your intuitions lie? XYZ. I get that. But
no,
I think
it just wouldn't go anywhere. It would be a worthless conversation. It would just be like a mind experiment.
I think
it would be a worthless conversation. That's why people don't have the conversation. It would be more of a study and not necessarily even a debate at that point. And no one wants to hear that. The point is that you have nothing else to value other than sentience.
Maybe so. I think we do all value sentience, but I think the argument
there's
here
nothing
is
else
that
we do value.
When you get an abortion prior to sentience, it's that state of deprivation that you're putting this fetus in.
I don't believe that you're depriving them. You cannot be depriving them.
Okay, why is it wrong to unalive a 30-year-old?
Because they have a state of sentience and they have their own integrity. They have their integrity that we ought to protect within a society. It is preferable for us to do so.
Yeah, because they have a future, right? They have a future like ours.
No.
So you keep preventing them from experiencing
you answering the question for me does not mean you fucking ate, Sarah. That is not the answer that I Chad, am I fucking tweaking? Am I tweaking? Is that the answer that I just gave you? Let me tell you, Sarah, let me tell you something. If that person, even if you didn't unalive them, unalive themselves within a millisecond of you not unaliving them, it is still wrong for you to unalive them because it is a rights violation. It fucks with their integrity. That is why it is preferable to you to turn a baby around if you see them drowning and you can do so.
I get you.
It is not a future. I don't give a fuck about their future like mine. I don't give a fuck about that. It's about protecting their integrity.
Yeah, I agree with that. But also the way I perceive it too is that I think it's wrong to unalive a 15-year-old or a 13-year-old or a 30-year-old because you're preventing them from experiencing the rest of their future, right? Would you say that you prefer to unalive an 80-year-old or a 2-year-old?
I would prefer not to unalive either because they both have their own integrity.
Yeah, if you had to pick, right, would you unalive the 80-year-old or the 2-year-old?
If I had to pick?
Yeah.
The 2-year-old.
Why would you pick the 2-year-old?
I don't know, because there's no distinction between them. And if I have to do it, then I'm going to pick one.
Because you value the 2-year-old's future. The 80-year-old doesn't have the same future.
But I just told you that I would let the 80-year-old live, though. I just said I'd let the 80-year-old live.
I'm trying to get you to understand.
But that didn't help me because you were expecting for me to pick the 80-year-old because they've lived most of their life, and the 2-year-old has more life to live. Now, if I fucking pick the 2-year-old, who gives a shit?
I have to get off. I have to take care of my baby. But it was good talking to you, Tashika.
I appreciate you. All right, I appreciate you. Let's go on to the next person. Like that's the whole. I don't like when people like try to morality check me. Because if I pick the 2-year-old, now what? Like I don't like. What am I gonna do? How old are you? Oh, let's go on to the next person. Y'all give it a second. Y'all, thank you all so much for all the gifts and all the love and all the support I've been getting today. You guys are genuinely amazing to me. Ashley, thank you for the $10 Venmo. If I say thank you to you twice, sorry. Lisa, thank you for the $25 Cash App. Stacy, thank you for the $10 Cash App. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to keep up with all these. You guys are being so generous and they're all coming in really fast. Thank you so much. Hi, how old are you?
I'm 20.
Cool. So are you pro-life?
Yes, I'm pro-life and pro-choice. Like,
You can't do that. That's a contradiction.
forgot what
Are
somebody-
you pro-life for yourself and pro-choice for other people?
no, my beliefs are pro-life, but I am pro-choice because I don't believe that people should be controlled.
Then you're pro-choice the entire way.
Okay, so somebody had to explain it to me like I was.
Your personal. So it okay.
Yeah,
So
okay.
pro-choice is regardless of your own personal morality and what you think other people ought to do. It has nothing to do with the fact that you believe that people still have a choice. As long as the word choice is within your rhetoric, you are pro-choice.
Okay, even if I don't believe that people should.
Yeah,
be
you
doing
can
it.
have
Okay.
any belief that you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is your belief?
I am pro-sentience. I'm pro-autonomy, pro-integrity.
So you just believe that abortion should be allowed until like 18 to 25 weeks?
Yeah, so I believe that there's nothing else within the human experience that we value other than sentience, and in that by forcing women to sustain a pregnancy even sustain the pregnancy of a non-sentient being is saying that we give non-sentient beings more rights than sentient beings, and I think that most people would understand that is absurd because they don't apply that logic to anywhere else.
Okay, that makes sense. Then I ain't got to argue with you then, because you just don't believe. So you think after 25 weeks that they shouldn't be allowed to unless it's a medical?
No, I think they should still be allowed to get an abortion. I'm in pro-abortion all 9 months.
Okay.
The point is that lethal abortion would be unnecessary.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it would be unnecessary because we can remove the fetus still. We can still give the woman an abortion, but the fetus will just simply not die because at that point the fetus is viable. And that's still an abortion.
Then there's no point to argue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why are you guys in the comments fucking freaking out? All 9 months? Yes, genius. Like, are you like, how many times do I have to say this? Like, especially you, whatever you are. You've been in my life for a minute. You've seen me say this. You've seen me say this and explain it. Hi, how old are you?
Yes, that has. Hi, I'm 20.
Cool. So are you pro-life?
I am pro-choice with certain exceptions. I believe that the government can't exactly put complete no or yes on either.
Okay, so I don't see what this means.
So your whole debate is on sentience, correct?
Yeah, that's the only thing humans value.
Okay, so do you still consider an abortion past 24 weeks if you keep this fetus alive?
Yes, it is an abortion.
So then that would be
abortion has
wouldn't that
nothing
be
to do with life.
considered a cesarean section?
Yeah,
Or at
C-sections
least the
are
removal.
abortions. That's what I said on Jubilee. C-sections are abortion.
I'm actually a C-section baby, and that is still
W.
considered a birth. Based on
not all
medical
abortions are
descriptions.
non-birth.
However, that is considered the removal. I actually pulled up the definition from Britannica. I also have the definition up from Webster's Dictionary, just in case you want to try both. So abortion, the expulsion of a fetus from the uterus before it has reached the stage of viability.
Where are you getting that from?
That's from Britannica.
Britannica?
Yes, and then the one from Oxford Dictionary is the deliberate
are you
termination
serious?
of a
Well, I'm
human
sorry.
pregnancy.
You do realize that Britannica and Oxford, they go over colloquial definitions, right?
Yes, but the
Right, so
definition
colloquial
is
definitions, Keo, thank you for the sub. What's up, baby? Colloquial definitions are not definitions, right? So you coming up here when we're talking about medical procedures and then using colloquial definitions is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
So
try
what?
Harvard Medical. Try
Okay,
fucking Mayo
Harvard
Clinic.
Medical. I
Try
will look that
actual
up.
fucking hospitals. The medical definition of abortion is the ending of a pregnancy. You are using colloquial definitions to try to come up here and debate me. Honey, that's the no.
So Harvard Health says abortion is the removal of pregnancy tissue, products of conception, or the fetus and placenta.
Damn, that's so
from the
crazy. What,
uterus
no, wait.
and-
Reverse. What did it say?
Pregnancy tissue, products of conception, or the fetus and placenta.
Reverse. Say it again.
The fetus and placenta. That is true.
No. Before that. Say it again.
Pregnancy tissue and products of conception.
And those pregnancy tissues would be?
That is included in there, the fetus and the placenta. It's constituted in the whole thing.
Okay.
So I don't believe that it's based on sentience, because my whole reasoning is, you have mentioned in previous conversations about how the comparison you have typically used is to someone who's brain dead. The percentage of people that recover from brain death is 0.
Yeah,
and that is considered, so they are not a sentient being, correct?
That's the point.
Yes.
They are not a sentient being, as the fetus before 24 weeks is also not a sentient being.
However, I believe that there's the possibility of sentience, and that's what
you don't care about possibility. And this possibility that you're referring to is potentiality. And you don't care about potentiality. You will never apply that principle to any other part, to anywhere else, nowhere else.
Okay. Challenge me on that. Ask me
right. So
about
does a
something that you
6-year-old
believe
have
in
the potential to be 18?
Yes, eventually.
So you legally be allowed to screw a 6-year-old?
That is a red herring.
No, it's not.
That can't exactly work.
No, it's not.
Yes.
No, it's not. What's wrong with it? What is the logical absurdity here?
So the definition of a red herring, which is what I've seen you do a lot recently in your debates, is by choosing something that is intentionally misleading to create
what
an
is
argument
misleading
for
about?
something
I'm
else.
asking you what the absurdity is. What is misleading about what I said?
So potentiality also considers in the fact that you want to say that it is like, if I'm agreeing with potentiality, that I believe that a 6-year-old should be able to sleep with someone. I don't agree with that.
No,
and the reason is because
you don't agree with that. That means that you don't agree with potentiality, right? Because your potentiality is simply
agree with all
I'm going to go ahead and say what your argument is and tell me if it's correct or not. Okay? You believe that the fetus has a right to life because they have a potential to be sentient, they have a potential to be a full-born baby, and because they have that potential, we ought to grant them the rights of a full-born baby. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, then, right? So a 6-year-old has it, right. So a 6-year-old has a potential to be 18 years old. If we know that they had the potential to be 18 years old, then we ought to grant them the rights of an 18-year-old. One of those rights would be the ability to be able to consent to sex, right?
No.
Where is the where is the logic? Okay, that's not a red herring.
So,
I literally just so where is the misleading shit that I used on you right there?
What about is that you're comparing something that is very different.
That's not misleading. That is an ad absurdum.
No, it's a misleading topic that is
no. It is not. It is not misleading. It is an ad absurdum. Right? You would agree that it would be absurd to allow a 6-year-old to consent to sex. That is a reductio ad absurdum. It is when you use your opponent's principles and their logic in another scenario and shows its absurdity. So I didn't do anything that was misleading. What was misleading about what I said? You thinking it's crazy means that you think your reasoning is crazy. It's literally, I'm just applying the same logic to other aspects of life. And if you cannot apply this principle to other scenarios, then you have a faulty principle.
So really then let me use an absurdum for your idea.
Please,
so
I'm begging you.
You believe in sentience.
Yeah.
So if someone is, let's say, they are in a coma, they are not coming out of it, but they still have a little bit of sentience.
People in a coma are sentient.
Okay. But
people in a coma have past, present, or future. No. There's no. I do not believe in measuring sentience. It's impossible for us to do that. That's not a real thing. People in a coma are sentient. They have past, present, and future sentience. They meet 2 out of the 3 of my conjuncts.
So you just said past, present, and future,
or future,
sentience, right?
Or future, past, present, or future. People in a coma have past and future sentience.
So when do you believe sentience begins?
They actually have past, present, and future sentience a lot of the time.
When does sentience begin in your definition?
Sentience begins when the fetus is able to develop the thymocortical connections required for sentience. That would be like the brainstem, things like that. This whole part of your brain right here, that would be the parts that are determined, that are able to deploy sentience. We know this not because we know exactly when sentience begins, but we know when sentience definitely does not begin, and it cannot exist prior to these thymocortical connections.
Okay, so do you believe brainwaves indicate sentience?
No.
What about pain receptors?
No.
So
you need something to be able to perceive all of these things. And if there's nothing to perceive these things, then they're just waves.
So
brain dead patients have pain receptors. Brain dead patients can shiver. because
Okay.
that's not controlled.
Yeah, that's
you
true
don't need
because
that.
that's just inherent things that go on in the brain by neurological connections.
Not
I
even
agree
in your
with that.
brain, in your nerves, in your spinal
Yeah.
cord. Yeah, that's
Which
it.
goes through all of the
Yeah,
connections
electrical
throughout your nervous
impulses.
system.
Something that is able to perceive these impulses is indicative of sentience, but them just existing by themselves mean nothing.
So do you agree that
Brain dead patients
if
can sit
there-
up.
So do you agree that if there is an abortion around 24 weeks and the baby is viable, that the baby should not be taken care of, or how do you
No, I
view
think
later on?
I think at that point when the baby is able to like deploy sentience and they have like the brainstem required for it, then we ought to protect the life of that fetus because at that point it has integrity and moral integrity.
Okay, so
I'm
you
sorry,
believe
moral
that they
consideration
should,
and integrity.
yeah. So you should believe that doctors should help the baby in that sense. Correct?
That is their job because
So
the baby is one viable and sentient. So
Yes, correct. So what is the female's like what is then the female's obligations to that baby?
they have no obligations to the baby.
However, they define it in laws that parents
Law is not indicative of what is actually morally true.
So then what do you think should happen to that baby?
The baby should be put in somewhere that would provide adequate care for it. That doesn't mean that it needs to be from the mother.
But the foster care is overrun, and if the mother had the chance to abort earlier, why did she not? So
I don't know why you're asking me about this person. I don't know who you're talking about here. Why you're asking me why she didn't? She just fucking didn't because she couldn't. I don't know. She missed her appointment. I don't fucking know.
Because this is also the debate for like what you have to look at in the way that everything works out in the end.
I don't know why you're asking me this.
Like,
I agree that like our like these systems are overrun. That's why I'm pro sex education as well as I'm pro abortion.
I also am. I'm looking to eventually go to law school and work in foster care. That is something I'm very passionate about.
Right, but at that point, just because
right.
I understand this, but like just because the like this system is overrun doesn't mean that we should violate the rights of the mother.
So you want to I know you talk about a lot about like how the woman's body and like the rights to the woman's body, correct?
Yeah, her bodily resources.
At what point is it not her body?
Never. It's never not her body.
So what do you consider a separate person? What like is the definition?
A separate, what do you mean by separate person?
Like,
you mean like conjoined
like
twins are still
DNA-based?
like conjoined twins are still two separate people because they're individually sentient.
Correct. So a different brainstem means a different person.
As long as there is separate sentience, then it is what it is. Then those are two.
Okay, so then therefore if there is a different brain, a different brainstem, all of that, then therefore it is no longer her body to make a choice on.
Well, no, absolutely not, right? Because it is being sustained off of her body. That would be the rights violation. Not the fact that it is someone else, but the fact that no other human being has the right to sustain their life off of another person. That's the rights violation, not the fact that it's like their body.
However, if she takes the life of the unborn fetus, then therefore it is taking the rights away from the other fetus.
What rights do they have? Right now, you're talking about
They have the rights of
You're saying that at
human
that
being.
moment, that fetus has more rights than any other person in the world.
No.
That's literally
Because
what you're
that's
saying.
not-
Because what rights are they
How
taking
did I
away?
say that?
Because what rights are they taking from the fetus if the fetus is sustaining themselves off of them? What rights are they taking away? How are they supposed to have equal rights in this scenario?
They're not taking away any rights.
They literally are. If the fetus is because okay, so have you ever heard of the violinist?
What violinist?
No, have you ever heard of like the violinist analogy? I'm scenario.
No, I have not.
Right, so you fall asleep one day and you wake up and there is a famous violinist next to you and they have attached that violinist to your kidneys. And you at any point can get up and remove yourself from that violinist, but if you do, the violinist will die. Do you have a right to remove yourself from that person?
Yes, because I did not make the inherent choice that led to that.
Okay, so if you did make the choice, you wouldn't be able to like remove yourself from the violinist.
if you are, if see, that's a very different situation.
It's not a different situation. It's literally,
yes,
it's literally the paradox of like pregnancy that we're talking about. It's
not.
the exact same thing. Even if
because
you chose
if you
to
choose, even
no,
if you choose,
fuck it, we can change
the
it.
Conception
We can
happens.
change it. We can change it, right? We can change it. If at some point you consent to have your kidneys attached to the violinist, is it okay for you to remove yourself at any time?
No, that's why contracts are there.
What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about, Kate? Why are you bringing up contract? Kate, you don't have a grasp on this, okay? Do not go into foster care. You're gonna fuck these kids up. Why the fuck are you talking about contracts? We're talking about morals. We're talking about morals. Like philosophy and like what this means for people. Why the fuck would there be you don't sign a contract with your fucking fetus, Kate? What are you talking about? Do you sign contracts with your fetus now?
If you have sex with someone and it is
do you sign contracts when you have sex with someone?
Can I please explain?
Are you signing a contract with your sperm and egg?
Can I please finish my point and explain to you?
Because I don't know what the fuck that was about. A contract. That is the craziest thing. Get out! Like that is like I.
So I'm saying basically, I looked at it in a legalistic sense. That was my bad. I was looking at it in a legalistic sense. The way that I've always looked at things is that way. The way I'm looking at
you can't
the
look
conception,
at it at a legal sense then, because it would be the same exact shit.
Except you said you wanted to debate on a moral ground.
No, I'm saying that even if we did debate it on a legality sense, then my point would still stand.
So
you're saying you'd be comfortable with laws that supersede your rights?
There are many laws that supersede all of our rights.
Where other people can supersede your rights, you're comfortable with that?
I never said that the fetus supersedes her rights.
It literally does. If at any point because the fetus is sustaining them. Me and Mariana signed a contract. My friend just said she signed a contract with her 7-week-old baby. Anyway, like I was saying before, fuck, I lost my train of thought. That was fucking funny. Again, like my point here was still staying. What were we talking about again? I lost my train of thought.
So basically, when you said that there is like rights that it's superseding. I asked
so
how
like
are
the
rights
fetus,
superseding?
right? So what other human on Earth has the right to sustain their life off of you?
That's not an equal comparison.
Yes, it is. That's literally what the rights violation is. What other human has the right, legal or not, to sustain their life using you?
If you want to go down a rabbit hole, you could technically
this is not
say
a rabbit hole.
This
is the first step of logic to your argument. What other human has the right to sustain their life off of you? Like, even fuck it, you could even make this argument, right? You can make the argument saying that, like, the Snowden argument. You're female, you're snowed in with a fetus, right? The fetus, in order to be able to live through the snowstorm, you can't go out, you can't call anyone. In order for the fetus to live through the snowstorm, you must feed it, right? Do you have an obligation to feed the fetus? The answer is no, but it is preferable that you do feed the fetus simply because it is inconvenience. It is inconvenient to have a dead fetus next to you.
So you're basing it on an inconvenience.
Do you prefer to have a dead fetus next to you? Is being forced to live in the same square as a dead baby convenient to you?
No, but
exactly,
that's also
right.
Not
so it wouldn't come from a point. It wouldn't come from a point of like obligation. It would just be that it is preferable for you to not have a dead baby next to you.
So that's based on your convenience. But also
literally, if you have no other way, you're not even causally obligated to the child. You would be okay.
What about child
People
support,
just don't want to
alimony,
have
and paying
unalive fetuses
for like
in their
taxes
room.
and stuff?
What did you just say?
What about child support and alimony?
Who gives a fuck?
Those are required by law. It takes away the right to your full paycheck, especially when they are
you
garnishing
prefer
wages.
that is crazy. I don't know. The integrity of the fetus. I don't know, Chad. I don't know. Anyway, Who gives a fuck
You
about
asked me
alimony? Why are you
for
talking
something-
about alimony?
You asked me for something that was you are required to keep someone else alive. That's child support and alimony, correct?
You're still not required to keep the baby alive. It is simply on you to find somewhere else the child can go to maintain their integrity.
The life of the child.
It is to maintain their integrity. Are you saying that we ought to keep babies alive because we can get a tax cut?
No, that's never what I said.
So
You
then
said
why
to
the
give an
fuck are you talking
example-
about money? We're
You
talking
said
about...
You said to give an example of something where someone else's rights supersede your own, where you have to keep a baby alive, correct?
That
And
has
was what
nothing
you
to do
asked
with
me to answer, so I
alimony or
answered
child
that.
support. What are you talking
Those
about?
are to support somebody.
No.
For something that you've chosen to do.
You still don't have to do either of those things.
Legally, you do.
No,
Child support is garnished
don't.
from wages.
Right, you don't. Right, and you
And you
don't
can
have
be
to
imprisoned
pay
for not paying, and then there's back pay.
Right, you don't
It is
have
legally
to
binding.
pay child support, right? Like you can have an agreement with the other parent. Also, that's not alimony, but like you don't have to
Alimony
pay
is
child
for
support.
divorce,
You can
correct,
have
but you have to
can
pay someone.
You can have an agreement with the other parent that you don't have to pay child support, and that's not going to lead to the death of your child.
No, but it is the support. You asked for what rights supersede.
That's
and
not a right. And also, that's law. That has nothing to do with morality.
Are you only wanting to debate on morality or legalistic?
You have nothing else to go off of.
Morality or legalistic?
Like even the rights thing, I don't think child support should be mandatory. And it's not mandatory.
That's dependent on this county and the city. It's
it's dependent on the parents. You and in no state is it required for you to pay child support as long as that is the agreement.
So, based on morality, I would like to find common ground here. That's my main. I wanted to talk to you and like debate and also find common ground. Genuinely, that's something I like listening to arguments. I do that a lot. And so I would like to find common ground. When do you believe that a child should be saved after an abortion? Because I believe personally that abortion is
as long as the child
is
then your definition of abortion is just fucking wrong. I'm not going to argue that with you. It's wrong. There is not a single source that says that shit. You're just wrong. Pack it the fuck up.
I brought up sources earlier.
No, you brought up Webster's dictionary. Those go over colloquial definition. Do you know what colloquial means? I'm not arguing colloquial definitions with you when we're talking about fucking medical shit. Why would I do that? Do you know what colloquial means?
I'm looking up different definitions
know
of abortion.
What colloquial means?
Yes, I do.
What does colloquial mean?
I'm typing in
my brother in Christ. Anyway,
I'm typing in other.
Stop talking. We don't need other. Excuse me. We don't need other definitions. We need medical definitions. Okay. So the colloquial.
If you're going to argue,
Kate, stop talking. Kate.
Then
You're out of your fucking league. Stop talking. You're a fish out of water. You're flopping around. You can't breathe. Stop it. Colloquial simply means it is the way in which words are used socially, right? Like, for example, the colloquial definition of abortion is killing a baby, right? Is unaliving a baby pre-birth, because that is the way that most people use it. But the medical definition, which is the only definition that is relevant here, is the definition of ending a pregnancy. That is the true definition of abortion as I am using it, because I am talking about the medical definition of abortion, not the way that non-medical people in society use the word whenever the fuck they want to use the word. Okay?
Then please debate scientifically and medically rather than morality based, because morality would be based in colloquial.
I've been literally doing all of that.
Then you would agree that
I've been debating it in terms of legislation. I've been debating it morally. I've been debating it scientifically. All
then
three.
You would agree that scientifically life starts at conception.
No.
Scientifically,
life has already begun pre-conception. Life was already present.
biologic, but
Are
biologically, the
egg
line of
cells
existence
are
is
egg cells alive?
yes.
Are
All cells
sperm
are alive.
cells alive?
Yes, all cells are
So
alive.
how is it that life begins at conception if these two cells were already
A
alive?
human life begins at conception.
Are human egg cells human?
Not until they are combined with the sperm. They are just containing one part of the chromosomes.
What type of chromosomes?
The X chromosomes.
Of what species?
Of female humans.
Of,
yes.
Oh,
Therefore,
okay.
it is
So,
not a human.
Oh my god.
It's not a human because there is not the other piece to make the human DNA. There has to be an
egg
X and a
cell
Y.
is not human DNA?
It is part of human DNA.
So it is human DNA.
It is part of human DNA.
So it is human DNA.
So then, therefore, every woman has a human inside of her.
Right. They have the building blocks of life inside of them. I didn't say
Okay,
that they
so
have
you agree.
I didn't say that
It's
they have
part
a
of-
full I didn't say they have a human being. You're confusing human with human being. But yes, every female is born with human cells inside of them. The building
Correct,
blocks
there are
of human
cells
beings.
for building blocks. So then, when it combines, with
Right.
the sperm
So
cell,
are egg
determining
cells
whether
are
X
egg
or
cells
Y.
human egg cells?
They are human egg cells.
Then they are
Yes, they're
human
building
cells.
blocks.
Are these
just as you
human
said.
are these human cells alive?
They are egg cells. Yes, they are
Right.
not
So
human
human
beings.
egg cells are alive. Are sperm cells alive?
Yes,
So what life can begin at conception if life was already present?
a human being's life.
So what scientists are you? If that's what they mean by human being life, okay. But life itself does not begin at conception. Life was already present. Life has to already be present at
Okay,
conception.
a human being life begins at conception, and you agree with that because you said scientifically those two coming together means it's a human life, correct? Because they both are the building blocks to a human.
It is a human life, but the building blocks of a human being requires conception.
Correct. So the human being life starts at conception. That's
Okay.
what you are agreeing with.
Okay.
So then a human life starts at conception. When should you be able to take away that life?
When it is non-sentient. Which means
So
all that time up to
that
24
is,
weeks.
Then that is not medically debated because you said
Yes, it is
yourself
medically debated.
that
That's
you
the
can't
standard.
medically find when sentience is.
No, we can find when it definitely isn't present.
So you can't find when sentience is.
We can find where it isn't.
But that's not saying a definite time when it is. So you can't
No,
exactly.
but it shows the definite time where it isn't. That's the point of science.
Then if there's a definite sign when it isn't, then you should be able to tell me when it is.
Right. So the definite times where it isn't is never before 24 weeks. That is what we know. Therefore, fetuses are never sentient before 24 weeks. You see how I did that? You see how I did that?
The youngest baby to survive was at 21 weeks. So
Where?
was that baby not sentient?
Where?
Curtis Zykeith in 2020 on July 5th was born at 21 weeks.
The youngest baby to survive?
Correct.
Oh, Zykeith. The world's most premature baby.
Is he not sentient?
Is he sentient?
He survived, correct?
Does he?
So then
Does he have the
babies can be
thymocortical
sentient
connections
before-
required? Is he sentient?
Yes.
He weighed 14 ounces. Yikes. Okay.
So then sentience can begin before 24 weeks, correct?
This still doesn't disprove me.
Well, you said it definitely does not start before 24 weeks, correct?
What week is it yet? Is it 24 weeks or is it 18 weeks?
Well, you've been
I don't fucking
debating
know.
based on 24 weeks.
Well, just say either way, before these thymocortical connections are formed, I don't think the baby has any moral consideration. Oh, he lived off of machines.
So do people in comas. Does that make them any less valid and valuable?
No, because people in comas are sentient.
And so is this boy at 21 weeks.
He was still able to develop these connections?
Yeah.
So he was, just because he was born doesn't mean he was sentient.
he survived. That was the whole thing.
Non-sentient beings can survive. But was he sentient? Because it says he was.
Let me
He was released from the hospital a year later.
I'm checking to see how
was
old
he
he
was
is.
Was he able to develop these connections?
Yeah, he's still alive to this day.
Right. So then he was able to develop these connections.
Yes, at 21 weeks.
Damn. So that
before that there could be
right.
With the possibility of a new medical
Kate, stop talking. Kate. Survival does not mean sentient. Survival does not mean sentient.
But you said that sentience definitely wasn't before 24 weeks, correct?
Yes, that still stands here.
No, it doesn't, because this baby was born at 21 weeks.
Survival does not mean sentient. Viability and sentience are two different things.
Sentience. This baby still has
full sentience. He was released from the hospital a year later.
Does that make him any less sentient?
Unironically, yes.
No, because he's still developed outside of the mother's womb.
Exactly. He developed what, Kate? What did he develop? What did he develop?
His lungs and his body developed.
What about his body would need to develop?
There was a lot of things that had to develop.
Okay, I don't think you or other people in the comments are grasping this. Just because he was born premature does not mean he was born sentient.
If he was not sentient and didn't have a brain connection, he wouldn't have survived.
Yes, you can. Brain dead people are alive. We can do this.
Their bodies are alive. They are not sentient.
Exactly. Just because his body was alive does not mean that he was born sentient.
There's 0% of people that have come back from brain deaths.
He wasn't brain dead.
If he was not then therefore he had sentience, correct?
Pre-development of sentience does not mean brain death. Brain death means brain death. He was not born brain dead. If he was born brain dead, then he wouldn't develop anymore because he'd just be dead.
Well, you have to be alive, you have to have a spinal cord connection.
I didn't say that he was clearly born with these things. What are you talking about?
So then he
was clearly born with these things. I didn't say that he was sentient. I said that he was born alive. He was born alive.
And how would he be alive without the brain?
Because brain dead people are alive, Kate. He was
but
hooked up on machines
brain
for
dead
a
people
year.
Don't count.
Holy
they
shit.
are not the.
Holy shit, Kate. I don't know. You're conflating alive with sentient. Brain dead people are living organisms.
Yes.
Exactly.
How?
Right?
Okay.
Brain dead people are living organisms. This child was hooked up on whatever medical shit that he needed for a year straight. A year straight. That clearly means he was not born with the full facilities of that of a fully viable fetus.
He would not have survived if he didn't have his brain stem connected. And therefore, he was
Your
sentient.
brain stem is not all you need for sentience.
Then what do you consider needed for sentience medically?
It is, right. It is not just your brain stem.
So, can you survive without those?
No.
Then therefore, he had to have those.
I didn't
when
say
he was
that
born.
he didn't have it. I said that it wasn't fucking developed.
How could he be alive without it being connected?
Because he was hooked on machines, Kate.
The machines don't do that.
They keep you alive long enough for you to develop these things, Kate.
They keep your body alive. Your body cannot.
Your body needs to be alive. The machines act as the womb, Kate. They act as the uterus.
They can't act as the uterus because they don't have the stem cells and they don't have all the stuff.
That is literally the machine's job. It is 2020 motherfucking 4. Okay? Yes, they can. That is literally the job of the machines. That is why I am pro abortion all 9 months, because after this point of viability, the machines can literally do what the womb can.
So I just searched up, can they do like artificial wombs and stuff like that?
We don't need an artificial womb. We have the machines required for these things already. We don't need an artificial womb.
Well, that's exactly what that machine would be.
It doesn't. Oh my God. That means we don't need an artificial womb.
What machines was he hooked up on then?
I don't fucking know this kid. I don't know this kid. Why are you asking me that? This is your argument. The fuck?
So, our brains are created in the mother's womb, correct? Mainly on stem cells and stuff like that. There's stem cells, there's a lot of stuff that goes into the uterus, correct? And building it, correct?
No, we typically use Play-Doh, and a little bit of salt. But yeah.
So basically, to grow that, all of that, because there's the DNA and all that stuff, can that be made artificially?
It was not made artificially.
Can DNA be made? It was made inside the woman, correct?
I didn't say that it was made artificially.
Your brainstem cannot develop.
I didn't say that he was born. I didn't say that he. What do you mean?
All of those connections can't be made outside of the womb.
Where are you getting this from? Were they able to study this child?
Yes.
Wait, okay, so what are you looking at?
I'm looking. So there's an article
because I don't see how this can be the case because like after you're born, your brain grows and these connections also grow and change.
Correction.
So how is that possible? How is it possible that these things cannot still grow outside of the body? Because that's right. So,
but the connections cannot be made. The original connections cannot be made outside the body.
What do you mean original connections?
As you
what
said
original connections?
yourself, that sentience comes from the brain stem and all of the connections. Correct?
Where are you getting this from?
From you. That's exactly what you said. You said those connections are what describe sentience.
Right. These are things that are present, and when they are not present, then sentience cannot be deployed. But you're saying that these things cannot be developed outside of the brain? What does growing do?
The original connections cannot be made outside.
What do you mean by the
not
original
that your brain
connections?
Can't grow.
I didn't say that he wasn't born with any of these facilities.
I am asking if he was sentient. If you believe that this little boy who survived at 21 weeks was sentient.
At some point, first of all, I don't know if they've studied this kid before because there is another case of a child being born around this time and he just didn't have these connections to be sentient and their parents did not allow for people to study him. They were essentially carrying around a fucking husk, right? So we don't know. We don't know.
He survived at 21 weeks and he just celebrated his 4th birthday this year.
So he's 4 years old? Yes. Right, so that means he was able to develop these connections then.
He already had those connections because that's how he survived.
No. Because there are people without the connections that also survived. They were also alive. That is not required.
But you said sentience is
not
life.
required. Oh my God, Kate. Kate, sentience is not required for survival. Kate.
Then you are not debating medical.
Kate, that is medical. Sentience is not required for survival, Kate.
Do you consider brainwaves sentience?
No.
What do you consider other than you say the brainstem and all that?
Subjective experience.
If there was a baby, another one that was born at 20 weeks, let's say, and it survives and it is alive and it does the machines, yeah, they help with the lungs and the heart, but they still have the brainstem. Is that
I didn't say that he was born without it.
But then you said that he was born without it and that's what he developed.
I never said that he was born without it. He wouldn't be able to be 4 years old and sentient if that was the case.
That's what I just said, and that's why
all I said was that sentience is not required for survival. We gotta move on, Kate. I don't think we're understanding. I don't think you're understanding me. I think you're conflating with sentience to survival, and they're not the same thing. They're not the same thing. Because if it is the case, right? If this is still the case, that first of all, this is the first time that I've heard of this case. If it is the case that like he was genuinely born with all the connections required for sentience at 21 weeks, then I just lessen lethal abortions to 21 weeks. I don't know. Like doesn't change anything about my argument. She's going into law? No, she's going in. I don't know if like social workers are law. Hi, how old are you? Everybody come back. Yo, share it to your friends and tell them to come back. She's gone. She's gone, chat. The monster's gone. Hi, how old are you? Yellow? Hello? Let's go into the next person. I don't think this person's here, y'all. Give it a second, y'all. We will get some more debates in. If you do want to support me, Cash App, Venmo, and Buy. I'm going to need some reparations for that one. That was a rough one, chat. That was a bit of a rough one. All right. I require reparations. Let's go to the next person. I'll give it a second. We'll get some more debates in. Y'all, really quickly, you guys know a game that I've been getting into lately? I've been playing Woo's World again. And then I realized that I was like an adult with like my own money. And I was like, I'm going to go buy some fucking in-game currency. Yeah. You ever like go back to like your childhood games, chat, and you're like, wait a minute. I can just do whatever I want. I was healing my inner child last night, y'all. I was healing my inner child. Let's go on to the next part. These people are not loading in. Me with Fiesta Online. Oh shit. Hold on. Chat, if the next people don't load in, I might have to end. Chat. Might have to end. We'll see. I don't know if Johnny is gonna go live soon. Haley, thank you so much for the 521. I appreciate you for the sentient reparations. That is hilarious. You're funny. I like you. You're fucking funny. Let me see. Hi, how old are you?
Hi, I'm 29.
Cool. So, are you pro-life?
I am pro-choice, but I do want to give this caveat, and I just wanted some clarifying questions as well. I am, one, very Christian. Two, I am pro-choice.
Max, I'll give it $5. I appreciate you.
Before listening to your previous arguments, I will say that I was pro-choice under like specific caveats, but listening to your argument, I understand how flawed that is, because having caveats does make it so that some
fetuses have more rights than others, yeah.
Correct. And I didn't think about it from that perspective. I am sorry. You have a huge following, and like my chest is beating.
That's fine.
I'm nervous.
I'm a bitch, but I'm not a terrible person.
No, I love you. You're. I listened to your arguments because, as a Christian, I find that it's very difficult to talk to other Christians about why pro-choice is such a big thing. I am a survivor of a liver transplant. I had an autoimmune condition, and one of the things.
You're still here.
Yeah, thank you. And my dad was my donor. And so one of the things that they told me leading up to or after my surgery was like, you can't get pregnant. You can't get pregnant. If you get pregnant within the first year, like it's going to be a shit show. And so hearing arguments where people don't consider the mother really hurts me, especially like when you read things in the Bible, it talks about how war is justified under the guise of protecting your people. So war inherently causes death. So if you can justify war, then why can't you justify abortion under the same guise? So I find it very difficult to talk to other Christians about that from the moral standpoint. Also, society morality is changing. What society deems acceptable changes from time to time. What Bill Cosby was doing in his inner circle, that was okay 30 years ago. But today we look at Bill Cosby as a monster. So I just want to say thank you because you gave me another perspective to look at. And I am definitely reevaluating the whole caveat system because I felt like I was being I was thinking it from a moral perspective, saying yes, rape victims should deserve a choice, but that should not take away the other women's choice either.
Yeah.
Also, the last girl, did she not understand what an acute ward does?
I don't think
like sentience. If you're born without with certain things underdeveloped, that's
what I was trying to say. Like,
that's
I didn't say that he was born with none of these things. He was clearly born with the building blocks.
They were underdeveloped, and I've seen you hold people's hand, but I could also see how frustrating that can be when you've been on live for so many hours and you're done with the hand holding.
Yeah, I was trying with her, but yeah, I appreciate you.
For the people who like listen and believe in what she was saying, what it means is that the baby was underdeveloped, and that when babies are underdeveloped, premature babies, they're often still viable but need help. So they go into what's called a NICU ward, and they can spend a couple weeks in there. They could spend a year in there. Some have to stay there for a couple years.
He's in there for a year.
Yeah. So, and some babies don't survive after that. My friend took her baby home after a year and he still passed away.
Oh.
So.
Dude, losing a baby is fucking terrible.
It is. And yeah. But I just wanted to say thank you. I love your platform.
Of course. I appreciate you.
You're hilarious. Even though you were like, hell Satan, I was like.
Praise him. No. I appreciate you though. Yeah, but I gotta move on. I appreciate you, my love.
No problem. Bye.
All right. Let's go on to the next person, y'all. Oh, I'm sorry, Mama. Sorry, Mama Cheese. I'm sorry to hear about that. Let's go on to the next person, y'all. Give it a second. We'll get some more debates in. Hi, how old are you?
20.
Cool. So are you pro-life?
Yes.
And why is that?
I believe that all life has value regardless of sentience or, whatever.
What else do you value then?
What you mean?
What else do you value about life other than sentience?
Quite literally the life itself. Like
so you don't take showers? Do you like cry every time you like scratch your arm or some shit?
Are you saying, we don't have to get into semantics, but
this isn't semantics. You just said life. Cells are alive. You clearly think of yourself as a mass murderer.
No, let's not.
Then why don't you consider yourself a mass and alive, or you think that all life matters?
I'm talking about human beings. Like
why does that matter? Like what do you mean by human being?
A human being.
Define human being. Like is a cell in your body a human being, and if not, why?
No, bro, you know what I'm saying. A person.
No, I don't. That's why I'm asking you the question.
Okay, we're getting into semantics here.
This isn't semantics. Okay. This is me asking you to clarify your argument. It's really not that serious.
When the development of a child starts, that is what I'm saying.
That's not what human being means. The human being means development of a child.
Bro, okay. And anyway,
have you seriously never been asked questions about what your fucking worldview is? I'm asking you clarifying questions. What the fuck are you talking about? This isn't semantics. This is me asking you to clarify what the fuck you're talking about. It's really not that serious. Why are you getting frustrated at me asking you what you mean by certain things? Is it really that fucking serious?
I'm not getting frustrated. I said a human being.
All right, so I'm asking you, what the fuck is a human being? Define it.
Like me and you.
What is significant about us that makes us a human being?
Our life itself. No, like.
What about our life? Brain dead people are also human beings.
Say that again. I couldn't hear you.
Brain dead people are also human beings. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's no other factors outside of them being a human being that.
So it's just like human centralism?
Sure.
Right. So like what do you value about humans that makes it like? Are you also vegan?
No.
So you don't value sentience of humans? So then what is it about humans that you value?
Like I said, just the life itself of the human being. Not. Oh, let me ask you.
How do you determine what a human? If it is not if it is not the sentience or the subjective experience that you value, then why aren't you a mass murderer when you take a shower?
Well, first I'm appealing to my Christian values.
You're not gonna be able to prove that exists. Don't even do that. Don't do that to yourself.
What do you mean? You can't.
It's not fucking real. I'm not gonna talk to you like that shit is real.
Okay, sure. That's your opinion. What I'm saying.
It's not my opinion. That is a fact. I can prove that shit is fake.
Are you saying
people have been able to prove that shit isn't real for fucking decades?
So you're smarter than 99% of historical.
Yes, unironically, yes.
You're smarter than.
I'm smarter and richer than 99% of the world. Yes, and so are you. Debatably so. So yes, I am.
Okay. Well, that's not the topic, so I don't want to get off topic. Can I ask you why?
You brought it up. You brought it up as a topic because you said you're basing this off of your religious views.
Yeah, and then you said it was fake. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of.
It's not a rabbit hole. I just told you that I'm not debating some fake shit with you.
Okay, so can I ask you, why do you say that sentient? So you believe sentience gives value to the human?
That is the only thing that we value as humans.
So it's subjective. Like we as a society decide.
It's not objective. It's just the only thing that we value.
So society. So us as a society decided that sentience gives value.
We didn't decide anything. That's just what we value. That's the only thing that we have to value.
We had to decide that. We had to decide.
It's not an active decision. That's the only thing that we value. That's the only thing we can value. Right now, you value nothing else because everything else that you value would entail a contradiction.
So your whole point is arbitrary then?
It's not everything is arbitrary.
No.
There is. I'm telling you to make your argument. You value sentience above all else. There's nothing else that you value.
No, I do not.
Okay, so then you must believe, Sandra, thank you for the $10 cash app. Then you must believe that you are worse than Schittler because you've unalived more. You've killed more lives. You've ended more lives than Schittler.
I have not killed a human being.
If you think that it's wrong to kill brain dead people, then you must think it's wrong to also kill cells.
No, I didn't. How?
Because brain dead people are just cells.
No, they're a human. They're not just.
Okay, so
we're
exactly,
all just
they're human cells. They are just human cells. You are just human cells, right? Outside of your sentience, you are just human cells. That means when you take a shower, you are killing those cells. You've killed more cells than Schittler has killed people.
But you're not answering my question. Why is sentience? You're saying that we all just agree.
There doesn't. You're trying to have this philosophical. I'm pushing you away from this because you're trying to have this philosophical debate that you do not have the tact to be able to engage in. You don't. You don't have the ability to be able to engage in this philosophical debate because it doesn't get us anywhere. You do not value anything else other than sentience. You do not value anything else other than a subjective experience. I'm not going to have a fucking philosophical debate with you where you just go, why? I'm not going to fucking do that with you.
And you said that, and I just wanted to get to that because I don't know, it's kind of intellectually weak in my opinion.
That's not intellectually weak. It's fucking intellectually strong for me to pick my fucking battles and not just have you go, why? It's because there's nothing else. There's no necessary. Stop talking. There is no. Stop fucking talking. Stop fucking talking. There is no. Shut the fuck up. There is no necessary rhyme or reason for why we value particular things. It is the fact that we simply do. There is nothing. There is nothing else that we as human beings value, and that's why I'm asking you to make your fucking argument. Because if you believe that it is wrong to unplug brain dead people, and the only thing that is alive about a brain dead person are their cells, then you must also believe that when you wash your face, or when you roll off your bed, or when you take a shower, you are killing people.
That's the difference between me and you is I'm not defining a human outside of sentience as just human cells. That's not what I'm defining.
That is the only thing that is the only thing that is significant about them. Okay, so then why is it morally, what it is about a human being that would make it morally wrong for us to unplug them if they are brain dead?
And then I tried to appeal to my Christian views, and then you just
that's fucking stupid. Let's go on to the next question. That's just not real. That's just not real. Stop talking to me as if you're going to base this fucking argument off of something so flimsy? Off of a fucking fairy tale? Are you serious? I'm done doing that shit. Are you kidding me? My religious views? Shut the fuck. Anyway, hi, how old are you?
I am 52.
Cool. Are you pro-life?
I'm pro-life for me. I'm pro-choice for everyone else.
Then you're pro-choice all the way around, mama.
Yep.
You got that. You ate that down. You're pro-choice all the way around. I don't give a fuck what you do with your life, but the fact that you don't care what other people do with theirs, you ate that house down boots, mother. Hi, how old are you?
I'm 30, and you can kick me if you want. I actually fully agree with you. I just want to explain something to some of these people that don't understand the difference between brain dead and dead, or not brain dead.
No. Just let them burn. Let them burn.
Okay, right.
I got you. Let's go on to the next person, y'all. I think I'm gonna maybe do one or two more debates, and then I'm gonna probably end here. I'm a little EP. Let's go on to the next person, y'all. I'm a little EP. Also, I've kind of just been having to like push through this fucking glitch that I had because my my agency said that there is like a block on my account, and I think what happened is that because I went live when I was in Texas, TikTok probably thought my shit got hacked. They just like capped me. But it's going up, so I guess overall they're giving me more shit. I don't fucking know. But I have to do shorter lives more consistently to just get my fucking viewership back and have people actually fucking know that I'm live. You know what I mean? Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight tonight. I really don't understand boxing. It will never make sense to me why people find watching men pummel each other is fun. I think it's quite barbaric, and I think we've gotten a lot, we should be a lot further in society than that. Hi, how old are you?
I'm 20.
Okay, so are you pro-life?
Yes.
And why is that?
So I believe life has value. I believe life has value, and we should preserve life. The same life that me and you share together. I believe
sentient
that has
life?
value.
Our sentient life?
Not necessarily sentience.
What else do you value other than sentience? I'm going to ask you the same exact question I asked the other person. What else do you value other than sentience?
Well, I don't believe that sentience is what makes a person has value.
What else could there possibly be that would make another? Because you're saying person right now. Person, I don't know if you know this, requires sentience.
So just like the basic nature of humans, I would say.
What are you talking about,
has
brother?
value.
The basic nature of humans? What is that? That's not a real thing. What the fuck is that?
So it's like, I mean, there's people that are disabled who might not be as sentient as other people.
That's fucking crazy. Let's go on to the next person. That's a crazy fucking thing to say. That's actually fucking crazy to say. Actually, that's actually crazy. Actually, that's crazy. That's actually, when we really break it down, that's a crazy thing to say. Actually, that's crazy as fuck, actually. Hey man, I don't know if you know this. That's wild. Hey man, that's fucking crazy. Hey man, that's a crazy thing to say. Hey man, that's fucking scary. Hey man, disabled people who aren't as sentient. Oh, yuck. Anyway, hi, how old are you?
25.
Okay, so are you pro-life?
I would say I'm mixed.
I don't see how you can be mixed, but it is what it is. What are you mixed on?
The government shouldn't have the right to tell you what to do, but I feel like if you're just screwing around, then you shouldn't be using it like in that way, or because the man doesn't want you anymore.
Yeah, I don't care what you think in that regard. No one cares what you think in that regard, like at all. Like I don't. What conversation were you planning on having with me with saying that?
Like, you can't do it based off selfish reasons.
You don't get to determine what is selfish and what is not selfish for that person. Like you just don't. So why are you the one that gets to determine whether or not it's selfish?
It's society. It's not me.
How does society get to determine whether or not it's selfish? Like, what are you talking about?
It just is.
Nothing is ever just is. That's not how morality works. Nothing is ever just is. That's just lazy.
Okay.
Damn, you was in my guest request for a minute too. Let's go on to the next person. I'll give it a second. We'll get some more debates. And if you do want to support me, Cash App Venmo to Bio. You guys have already been so fucking generous today. And I really do appreciate you all. I really do. Let's see if this person loads in, y'all. I'll give it a second. We'll get some more debates in. Give it a second, y'all. That was a very weak reason because you think it's not valid. Who are you? Who is you? Hi, how old are you?
Well, I'm 19 years old.
Okay, so are you pro-life?
Yeah, I'm pro-life.
Why is that?
Because I think the fetus has experiences in the future we care about.
Oh my god. Can y'all stop with this fucking flow argument bullshit?
Why is it bullshit?
Because it's fucking potentiality and no one cares.
What? So what do you like?
No one cares about potentiality.
I don't think it actually boils down to potentiality because
it literally is. A future like ours is like by definition. You're talking about the fact that they have a potential future like ours, the experiences that they will have in the future, and we value those said experiences. No. And also I disagree that they even have a future like ours. If I'm going to kill them, that future is me killing them. So,
but that's not what a future like ours is. A future like ours is...
Y'all all have different definitions. I find that to be hilarious.
Well, there's a standard notion, and it's cashed out in terms of a counterfactual. So it's saying something like, if you had not ended the life of the fetus, they would have had a future of value. So
damn, that's so crazy. No, I don't care though. I don't see this as something that I should value. I don't care. I care about the actualization of this future. And as long as that future has not been actualized, I don't give a fuck.
Well, so like, for example, when I end your life and I take away your experiences, what makes that wrong?
You don't take away my experiences, you take away my integrity. But that is what I value.
Okay, why would I harm you when I do that?
Right, because you're impeding on my rights and my integrity as a sentient being.
Well, okay, I'm impeding on your rights. And so like, for example, imagine I have like a 99-year-old and I have you, and I end the life of the 99-year-old instead of you. Why did I do that?
I don't know, because you're a psychopath?
No, I had to choose one. It's either I unalive you or I unalive a 99-year-old.
There's literally no distinction between us, other than your preferences for who you prefer to live.
But I think everybody would prefer I end the life of the 99-year-old.
I disagree. I disagree.
Okay, fixing, for racist and other things. I think most people would prefer I end the life of the 99-year-old over you.
What the fuck?
I think look, if I had to choose one,
my God.
If I had to choose one, you're saying I shouldn't choose the 99-year-old over like a 20-something-year-old?
I think if at any point you are stuck between such a rock and a hard place, it's not a matter of preference at that point.
Well, yeah, okay, so like, be honest with me. You're saying I should end it's.
I'm not saying that you should. I would say that you ought to unalive neither of these lives. Is the point that I'm making.
But if I don't do that,
but if you had to, there would be no distinction between the two. There would be no distinction, and their argument for whether or not you allow for the 90-year-old to die is because you think that he's going to live a lesser amount of time after the fact than the 2-year-old. That's just what I like to call psychopathy. Because what the fuck? What are you?
I mean, you have to choose one, right? And you're saying
I don't.
If you don't choose in this hypothetical, they're both gonna die.
They're both gonna die either way. I guess it's gonna be a cute little triple kill. Because why the fuck would I do that?
Look,
this is why I reject this entire premise, because you guys are banking on me choosing the younger person, and I won't.
Look, in a real scenario,
I'm gonna choose the 90-year-old every time. Now what?
Okay, then most people are gonna call that reasoning flawed because
why would it be flawed? What would be the distinction between one? How are you going to be the proprietor of which person has lived enough of their life? Because what if after you chose the 6-year-old, whatever age you put, like the 12-year-old, then they died 5 seconds after anyway?
Okay,
what is the point? Did they have a future like yours? Did they succeed?
They really didn't have much of a future in that scenario.
Exactly. So what are you protecting?
The point of this hypothetical is to control for those things. Like, we don't want to say,
it doesn't control for anything, though.
I mean, it's kind of baked into hypothetical that they're going to live a longer life than the 99-year-old.
You never bake that in for me.
Well, it's just sort of something that's expected, I thought. So, like, okay, let's add that. Most people think the 20-year-old is going to live a longer life than the 99-year-old.
Most people can't fucking read. I think that's a really bad way to go off of that.
Okay, so after I bake it into the hypothetical, does your opinions change at all? No, so wait, so it doesn't matter whether or not they're,
I'm just telling you that it's still faulty regardless.
So wait, are you saying I would be at fault for choosing to save a 20-year-old over a 99-year-old? You wouldn't be at fault.
You wouldn't be at fault for anything necessarily. What I'm saying is that, like, you're banking on me saying that it's better for you to choose the younger of the two. And I don't think that makes any logical sense.
I'm not saying it's better for me to always choose the younger one. I'm saying in this scenario, it seems clear I would choose the one who's
but
younger.
you wouldn't have any actual logical reason to do so.
I do.
It changes nothing. If your reasoning here is simply like this feature like ours argument, and then the fucking younger one dies a second after you chose him to live, then what did you do? You did nothing.
But we fixed for that though. We fixed that they were going to live a longer period of time.
Okay, so they're going to live a longer period of time. So why does that matter more than the 90-year-old?
Well, I take it that the amount of experiences you have is also something that should be factored into moral consideration.
That makes no sense though. So how? Because I don't understand. Like even within this I'm not even gonna do that to you because I would be pissed off if someone else did that to me. But what I'm saying is that it still doesn't make any fucking sense though. Because like I don't see why I would give a fuck about this.
Well, the point is you would give a F about this because it allows you to choose to save the 20-year-old over the 99-year-olds. It gives
why would I don't see why I would do that though because I wouldn't do that.
Oh, okay, you're telling me in a real scenario you wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't see a distinction between them.
Okay, actually, just
I wouldn't see anything. I wouldn't see anything like if it is anything less than like a family member. I wouldn't see any real distinction between them.
Okay. In this scenario, what actually would you do? Now I'm curious.
What would I do? Yeah. I wouldn't be able to pick either one.
So they would both die?
All three of us would die. Unironically, all three of us would die.
But that's obviously not morally preferable. I mean...
It's morally preferable for all of us to live. Nothing about that scenario is morally preferable.
No, it's morally preferable for there to be one person that dies over two people that die.
No, it's morally preferable for none of us to die.
But that's not possible in this scenario. You have to choose between the lesser two
You just asked me what I would do. All three of us are dying.
But that's... I'm telling you, compared to one of you dying, all three of you dying is not a morally preferable.
You think that's going to be going through my head where I find that myself in a situation where where I have to pick which one of us live? No, absolutely not. All three of us are just going to fucking die. All three of us are gone.
Okay, but is it right that all three of you die instead of you ending the life of one person?
Of course it's not going to be right. Why would it be right? Of course it's not going to be right. It's not right that I even have to pick in the first place.
Okay, so but you admit that it's morally preferable for you to end the life of at least one person.
No, it's not. It's still not morally preferable.
Over them both dying?
It's still not morally preferable for any of us to die. No.
Okay, look, I'm talking about like a comparison between two situations.
No, you're banking on me seeing a distinction between these two, and I don't. I don't see a distinction.
Look, I'm just asking you if it's between these two situations.
I already don't see a distinction. This is why like this hypothetical. This is one hypothetical that does not and will never work on me.
Okay, so like, fine, then let's bring it to like your family members. Would you rather end the life of your grandpa, or would you end the life of your child who is like 19 years old?
I would pick my grandfather to pass away. Not because he's lived most of his life, but because I have a dedication to my child. Like, if in this situation I had a dedication to my child, I would pick my child.
Okay, you'd pick...
not because of the age, but because it's my child.
Okay, how about like... No, but you have a commitment to both your
No, I don't.
The grandfather
not in my culture.
And your child.
Not in my culture. My grandfather would tell me to leave him to die. Like, what are you talking about?
But, okay, let's say that it was your culture in which you had developed this relationship with their grandfather that
if it was indeed my culture that it is preferable for me to save my grandfather, then I would save my grandfather. But it's not.
Look,
if I have a child, I am dedicated to that child. Even if my child was also, say my grandfather was 50 and then my child was also 50, right? I would still pick my child.
Okay, how about if it's not you, but it's another random person? I do it. I'm the one who unalives your child or your grandfather.
What? So if you put me in a situation, this is gonna be my last guess, yo. If you put me in a situation where I had to choose whether or not you unalive my grandfather or my child,
yeah, I do.
I don't fucking know you. It's gonna be the same as the random person.
So okay, but which one? In which case did something worse happen?
It's not worse. It's not worse or less worse. They're both equally bad to me.
Okay, So the wrongness
You're trying really
of
hard, my love. You're trying really hard, and I'm clearly not giving you the answer that you think I'm going to give you, because this is one hypothetical that does not and will not ever work on me.
okay, can I another motivation, I guess, is that, well, your view is a rights view, right? It's focused on like, you're respecting these two people's
It's
rights.
focusing on many things, but I'll let you have that.
Okay, so the problem with these like rights-based considerations is, wait, did I get $5,000? Never mind.
No.
The problem with these rights-based consideration views is there is not enough actually reference to the future. Why death is such a bad thing? Why it's like,
I don't think death is a bad thing.
wait, so like when you end the life of the fetus, it's not even, or like any person, it's not really a bad thing?
No, it is bad simply because like if the fetus is already sentient, it is bad because like it just like naturally just feels bad to have a fucking baby die.
But like how?
But in terms of like the actual like rights violation of a non-sentient being dying, there's no actual bad or good about
I'm talking
it.
in
It
general.
is bad based off of how we like what we would prefer to happen.
I'm talking in general, right? Like if I have a random person and they're sentient, by the way, and they die, what's so bad about that?
It wouldn't be bad. It would be the context. It would be the context in which they die. If they die in like a very terrible context, like a car crash, then like yeah, that would be pretty. Or they got murdered, that would be pretty bad, right? But like say if they just got old and they passed away, that's not bad. That's just a natural part of life.
Why is them getting in a car crash and dying bad?
Right, because it's bad because like it's bad because like other people have a connection with you, and that is not typically the natural way in which humans die, and so people call it like a premature death. Right? It is not bad because it's like morally bad. I mean bad as in like people are going to feel bad that you've died in such a tragic way. It's the circumstances that make it bad.
If someone was
But it's not
isolated-
actually bad. Dying itself is not actually a bad thing. It is just how we perceive these things and the circumstances in which death comes about.
But how about if they were like stranded on the Galapagos Islands and they had no connections with other people and they just passed away?
Then it wouldn't
like
be a
heart
bad.
attack or
It wouldn't be a bad thing. It would just happen.
So it would just happen.
Death is not inherently bad. It is the circumstances of how it affects people that make it bad. When I say bad, I don't mean morally bad. I mean bad as in like it just feels not good. It just doesn't feel good to people.
Well, when I'm talking about bad, I'm saying it harms an individual or it harms.
Oh no, death is not harm.
Oh, okay. So death is not harmful. So you wouldn't say that. If an animal killed someone on the Galapagos Islands,
that is not harm. That is a natural way of life. That is not actual harm.
I think
I wouldn't define that as harm.
I think most people would want to say though that those cases harm people, right?
Most people would want to say that it's harmful because it hurts the way it goes against their preferences. Therefore, they're going to say that it's harmful. Yeah, of course. Why not?
Well, okay. I mean, I would just say that it's like decreasing the well-being of the person. That's why it's harmful, right?
How does death decrease your well-being? How do you determine well-being? Just alive?
No.
Do you think a person who's being tortured has a better well-being than if they were dead?
No, I think the person who's being tortured has lower levels of well-being than
exactly right. So then death would not be like this like an.
But in most cases, they aren't being tortured. I think.
I know, but that's what I'm saying though. Like you wouldn't be able to say that this is like that death is already bad.
I mean, I wouldn't be able to say it's always bad. I would be able to say it's bad in most cases.
I don't know why you would say bad. Like it would be like I'm maybe we're thinking of it different ways, but I'm thinking of like death itself.
Yeah, death itself. Well, I would say in death is harmful to you. Like if you don't die of old age or something, and if someone else like ends your life.
I don't see how it can be harmful to you because you're no longer sentient when death is like the philosophy basically goes that like when you are present, then death is not present. When death is present, you are not present. I don't see how it can be harmful to you if you cannot be present at the same time that death is present.
Well,
you'll never be able to perceive of that harm. It is other people who perceive of the harm for you, and then they just kind of like just push that, they just kind of project it onto you.
Well, the point is like, that's why the counterfactual evaluation is good that I gave you, because it doesn't actually depend on assessing the harm in the actual world. Because of course, in the world where, I end someone else's life, you can't actually assess the harm because that person doesn't exist yet. But by looking at a counterfactual world in which, that person didn't die, what would have happened? That's how you assess the harm in those cases.
Yeah, but I don't know how you'll ever be able to I don't know how you'd ever be able to determine that.
Well, I mean, it's like the same problem with like any form of causal inference. Like any form of causal inference makes you reason about these counterfactuals. Like, okay, what would have happened if I didn't, unemploy these people? You don't actually observe what would have happened. You kind of just have to make a prediction. And it's the same sort of thing going on here.
Oh, wait, I don't know if I understand what you're saying here. Can you repeat that?
So, like, in, like, statistics, you make causal inferences, right? And there's, like, two events. So, like, either... Let's say we're reasoning about unemployment, and I want to reason about the effect of unemploying somebody. I can only observe one outcome. I can only observe, the situation under me employing them, and I can't observe the alternative situation. And we call this the fundamental problem of causal inference.
Yes.
And the way to kind of make a prediction about this is to say, okay, let's try and get a very, very similar world where almost everything is the same, except the fact that, these people were employed or not. Right? And you compare the worlds, and that's how you get the causal inference done. I'm saying the same situation is going on here for the harm. You fix a world that's very, very similar to the actual world. The only thing that's different is you take away that person died, and then you look
I just don't see how you can realistically create this world, like, in your head. Like, how you're going to be able to account for all the things that would be true.
Well, you can do the best you can by replicating a similar world.
But I don't think the best you can is, like, enough.
So, like, would you question what statisticians are doing when they're making causal inferences?
Well, no, because they literally have models that account for these things, but you just making it up in your head is not the same.
No, they're doing the same thing as we are. Like, if you take a causal inference class, they would do the same thing as philosophers are doing in these situations and fix a very similar world. And the way they speak about these possible worlds are the same way I'm speaking about them right now. They're like, they're a very similar world to our world, except this event is, not there. So they're making similar
Oh, I'm sorry. I understand it in a different way. Okay, so then what is the argument that you're making here? That about, like, the flow argument that, like, we know that, like, this fetus would exist, blase, blase?
Yeah, right. We're able to say something meaningful about the way that the person was harmed, even after they don't exist. So we're able to say, like, okay.
I still don't see how that can be the case, though. Like, if the person didn't exist and they simply just didn't, they just simply didn't exist. Like, I don't see how this would actually be harm to that person.
Well, again, you apply. There's a problem with saying it would be harm to the person based off, like, them in a counterfactual world, which I think is how we assess most.
And, like, whether or not that person would prefer to die?
A counterfactual world in which, like, they didn't die and they lived on, right?
Of course, but that would be based off of whether or not we prefer that, right? Like, of course we would prefer for, like, a person to be alive. But like, even still, I still don't see death as a bad thing.
I mean, under this view, of course it would be a bad thing because they would have higher levels of well-being in the world where you didn't end their life. But if you just, like, don't see it as a bad thing, I mean, I don't really think I can convince you of anything because
I think we just have,
there's not really anywhere for me to go. But
there's a difference in worldview here.
Anyway, I guess I can't really move you, so I'm gonna hop off. But anyway, thank you guys for the 2K coins. I can buy something with that. Goodbye, host.
All right, see you. Yo, we are gonna end it here. Somebody said, "Please, God." Y'all are too funny. But yeah, that was a cute little conversation. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here, you guys. I love you all so much. You're amazing. I love you. Today's a bit of a shorter live. I wanted to go a little bit longer, but I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I had a lot of fun today. It's just I'm a little eepy, and it's also my sister's birthday, so I do gotta, like, prepare for that. So yeah, I love you guys so much. I will see you guys later. Bye bye. I gotta go go to my sister's birthday party, y'all. Okay, y'all, you can't get content 24/7. All right, I love you guys.